and welcome everyone to this very special, super fun one-shot of Troubleshooters. Let's just briefly go around, say who we are and who we'll be playing, and then we'll throw it over to Past Charlie. I guess I'll just start with myself since I'm already talking. Hi, I'm Lindy, Laughlip Lindy, and I will be playing the aspiring student, Eloise. She's sleepy. She doesn't get enough sleep. Lots of studying. And I'm going to chuck it on down to Pruitt. How are you today?
I am doing well. I am excited to play this game here, see how it all works out, and I'm excited to be here on Counter Roleplay because I miss you people, all your beautiful faces. I will be playing a hopefully chat favorite. I am bringing back Koskov Romanovich. In this iteration, he will be Cat Burglar because when there is troubleshooting in Russia, troubleshoot you. Back to you.
Sounds accurate. Yeah, sounds accurate. Someone who does troubleshooting every day would be Lydia. How are you? What are you playing?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here for this one shot. I am so happy to be a spy, maybe, named Eureka, who's just probably the best journalist you've ever met in your life. Gonna ask all of the most important questions, as any good journalist does.
Wonderful. Asking important questions would be saying, hello, actors at work. How are you? And who will you be playing?
Hey. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Madison, otherwise known as Actors at Work on various socials. I am playing today Electra Ambrosia. She's a racing driver. She's pretty cool. She's professional, and she's, kind of a star, and she knows it. So it's going to be cool.
Wonderful, wonderful. And last but certainly not least, stunts, excellent. Someone who's gonna try to roll us through all the stunts is our GM. How are you?
I am doing great. Super excited for this. My name is Mitchell. You can always find me anywhere for a tale. And yeah, just super excited to be here and wrangle these cats.
Cat wrangling is a time-honored traditional pastime that I can appreciate and respect. We have our first giveaway up for Troubleshooters, because we've hit 10 retweets, and every 10 retweets we continue to hit will be another PDF giveaway. So retweet, it's going to be great. Maybe you'll win. It'll be awesome. Who knows? But I'm going to throw us over to Past Charlie so she can tell us about our sponsors.
Past Charlie here to tell you about a few of our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds is our virtual tabletop of choice, providing us access to roles, tokens, maps, and more. You can try it today for free at fantasygrounds.com. While you're there, why not check out Fantasy Grounds Unity? World Anvil is a remarkable resource, whether you're a writer, GM, or player, organizing your campaign notes or building an entire world. Get forging today for free at worldanvil.com. And before we get into today's game, we'd like to shout out our friends at Andrews McMeel Publishing, who published the wonderful game Zweihander. If you haven't checked that out, you can catch it here on Wednesdays. We'd also like to mention Modiphius, who manage and produce a wide range of RPGs. Whether you feel like being Dishonored, exploring a tale from the loop, or boldly going with Star Trek adventures, why not check out modiphius.com.
Welcome back! We loved hearing from Past Charlie, and we would like to add something that Past Charlie could not have possibly known. That we'd also love to thank our sponsors, Helmgast, for today. They are the ones who are sponsoring us and having this Kickstarter, and it's super awesome and fun, and I can't wait. So let's just get on right into it, shall we?
Yeah, awesome. So, Troubleshooters, we're just going to hop right into this. So you guys have flown all the way to Greece, hearing the call of a Elena Georgios, who is inquiring concerning several old artifacts and such. And some of you guys are what we call in the Quick Start main characters. So you got like a little plot hook that will help you along, though I'm sure that will go windy as it usually does. But you guys have just got off that several hour plane, touching down in Greece, right where you're supposed to be. So as we kind of watch you guys as you come through all the different checkpoints and stuff like that, taking your shoes off and stuff, what do we see as we kind of zoom in on each one of you?
Well,
I think I'm strutting out the front to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the paps. You know, the paps are going to be there for me, so I'm strutting out with my. I mean, this is the '60s, right? So I've got my handheld, no wheelie suitcases now, but little dainty one, doing a bit of almost a Marilyn Monroe strut, because waiting for my fans.
And your fans are indeed there. As you look across the airport, you see several of individuals wearing kind of like your signature racing jacket. Obviously, it's not the real thing. That sells on like different websites and stuff for a lot of money. Or really the racing stuff, because websites aren't really, yeah. But they're all there, and they have like the signs and everything. It's definitely got tipped off to you coming, and several like little girls kind of approach you, and they have these little portraits of you, and kind of gaze at you longingly with these portraits up with the little marker.
There you go. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. They'll kind of giggle at each other as they head on down. So who's next down the little hallway?
Coming in from one of the lesser used terminals, a man in a black and white suit. It's functional. It's meant to look more impressive than it actually is. But he steps off of what would be a private plane, but it's still coughing smoke out of as the engines shudder to a stop as it barely landed. But he walks off with all the confidence of one of his station. And he strolls through knowing that absolutely no one knows who he is, because that's how he likes it. But he is here. He is looking for the good stuff, the real stuff. And he's going to find it.
Excellent. And as you kind of go through, you notice Electra, all of her adoring fans oohing and awing at her presence. Two gentlemen approach you, each one in very well-tailored suits. You can even see the kind of scratched onto a metal lapel security in this very jaded and rough fashion as they gaze down at you, about 6 feet tall, each one of them, with these very I didn't get my coffee in the morning frowns on their face as each one crosses their arms. Sir.
Dobry вечер. How can I help you? You look like you slept on the wrong side of bed. Was he on the other?
It's I think this is the one, and one of them like pulls out this little. It's like this horrific sketch, and you can see it, and it kind of looks like you, but the nose is all wrong. It's slightly off kilter. There's bruise. Like it's like what happened to the nose? It's slightly insulting, and he kind of places the paper up next to you as both of them look at this sketch, and then back at you, and then back at the sketch. Are you this man here? This is a weird conversation we're having, but this is you.
I mean, it could be. I've been in fights since then, so the nose is a little off, but I understand. It depends. Do you have a name to go with this face? That should be me.
Not really. It's more so this person owes some of our friends some money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he owes you money. Well, I'm not sure that is me then.
It's not. I mean, it doesn't have the nose. You're right. So why don't you give me a test real quick to see if you can deceive them into believing you are not who you say they are?
Okay. Would this be a charm?
Yep.
All right.
The first roll of the game.
So that's a 15. That's a success.
Excellent. Yeah, they look at you and kind of one of them puts his thumb out to kind of give you the disheveled nose that's on the picture as they're both looking at you with this perspective, and they. It's gonna be.
And Koskov is like holding the picture up like next to his face and looking at it, and he's just like giving him like. It would be a shame. It seems that violence could ensue, and I would hate for such a thing to happen for a case of mistaken identity. So,
Yeah.
tell me what, I will keep lookout for this man. Where should I contact you if I find him?
You'll do. I mean, we're here.
I mean, from
we
a
have to
finder's
be
fee,
here.
of course. Finder's fee, of course, but
We promise you that if you do this, we will buy you dinner. We might have budget, and they kind of look at each other and they nod. Yeah, there's budget for bribes and such. So we'll be here. If you see this gentleman, please let us know. We want to leave the airport as best as we can.
yes. Now, when I look at this, do I owe people money here?
It's kind of hard to say. With your job, you kind of lose track after a couple of years. So it very well could be you. It probably is, and some sketch artist was either angry at you or just totally didn't think you were as gorgeous as you think or are. And so drew you kind of weird.
Spasibo. This is thank you. Okay, and he'll just kind of tip his hat to them, and as he walks by, oh crap, I'm sorry. Is it Electra? Is that wait no? Who's the race car driver?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bad.
Electra.
Yes. Yeah, Electra. Like he'll just like kind of catch her eye because he knows who she is. Koskov likes cars, and he's heard tale of her exploits, and he just kind of tips his hat to her as he kind of walks by. But he's going to actually hang around the terminal and see if he can see these guys meet with anyone else, or see if they go back to a certain car that he could maybe get the license plate number of, or at least the make and model.
All right, definitely. Yeah, they won't do it immediately, but like kind of as minutes go by, you'll notice them kind of head on back to the parking lot and get into this horrifically looking American vehicle filled with kind of these little toys. Like it looks like they went to every airport and shopped at the gift shop and then went crazy with it. And you can definitely get the license plate number from that. But let's kind of go back to the next one down the hallway. Who's it gonna be? We have a nose, so not. I think it's. Yep.
It's you, Lydia, because
Okay. Is that what the nose is?
Yeah, just
I'm
for
the
now.
best- I'm the best journalist, and I understand all of the signs. So you would see a woman in like her late 20s coming out of a terminal. She's dressed in a jacket. She gets a press badge, which is very official, such as this one, carrying a tiny little notebook. She is kind of following Electra, the race car driver, maybe hoping to like write down a scoop or maybe like pick up a line or two that she says, but also just trying to keep in the background a little bit for now until she, I don't know, gets a feel for what's going on and why they're here.
Excellent. So as you're looking around, why don't you give me an alertness test?
Oh,
That would be perfect.
okay. I know how to do that.
You can do it.
I promise I can. It's a D100, right?
Yeah, percentile test. You're trying to get equal to or below your percentage, which is 65.
Nope. God.
What'd you get?
I did the wrong command. Hold on.
Oh.
You can right click on the D10 and go to the little percentile and drag that up into the box.
There we go. Thank you. No,
Awesome stuff.
I didn't. Yeah, 99%.
Ooh, okay, so that's actually brings up bad karma. So whenever in the percentile dice, when you get the exact same numbers and you have either passed or failed, you get good karma, you get bad karma. So this is obviously bad karma. I am so sorry. But things are going to be a little bit more difficult for you in the meantime. And actually kind of comedically so, as you approach or try to get close to Electra, these two gentlemen who have, you just saw accost a very good-looking gentleman just down the hallway, approaches you and pulls out this sheet of paper and then holds it up next to your face. And they look at you and they look at the face. And they look at each other. What is your name?
Who's asking?
Let's say 2 fans of your work.
Oh, you read my work. Well,
Yes.
then you should know
In
my
the
name.
newspaper. Oh, we should, but we don't.
Well, that doesn't seem like my fault.
Well, why don't you tell us your name? We're fans. Listen, we see it on the newspaper. You do great work. And they whisper to each other as they look at this sketch, and you can kind of see it. It is, it's this gentleman with a hat, but it looks like they sketched on some long hair pretty recently. Why? Who knows? But it maybe could pass for you if someone's blind. But they're looking at you, and one of them says, we need to talk to you.
Yeah. If you're
Alone.
such a fan, then what's your favorite story I wrote? What? And what publication?
Well, there was
Do you have
one time
credentials?
and he kind of like opens his jacket, and you see what looks like the handle of a gun. But you're pretty perceptive, so why don't we do another alertness test and see what else you can see, and hopefully it's no more bad stuff involved with that.
Oh, much better. 29.
Excellent. So as you look at the gun, you notice that it is a fake. The wooden handle, to other senses, would definitely scare individuals, but you notice that the wood doesn't end, that it continues on throughout the barrel, and either is the most eccentric gun you've ever seen, but is most likely a fake gun.
Okay.
You gonna come with
Well-
us or not?
No. I don't think I will. I don't think you have any stories to give me. I think I'm gonna follow what I was doing.
Okay. And they kind of look at each other, and as they're whispering, you kind of hear words such as like, "This never has happened before. They usually just come with us. What happens now? We should call the boss." So for now, it looks like the coast is clear. You can kind of move on down the hallway as these two continue to converse about your response. So the one with the nose is the last one. So down the hallway.
Eloise had actually fallen asleep on the plane and did not wake up on landing. Did not wake up when everyone got their stuff and left, and was woken up just 2 minutes ago by a flight attendant who was like, "Is this your backpack?" Kind of just bleary-eyed took it, and then is stumbling down, just very, very tired.
Excellent. So you head on down the walkway. I mean, it's pretty clear by now because no one else is here. You can see the remnants of the fans of Electra, and the other three of you individuals actually are by the kind of the merry-go-round of luggage that kind of persists forever. And continues to do so because you guys have not really seen your luggage yet. Hopefully you'll see it soon. But for Eloise, what does she do? I mean, what's the first thing she's looking for at this airport?
I think she's looking for coffee.
Excellent.
Caffeine.
So there is indeed a little coffee stand just in the corner. You see two gentlemen, pretty tall, with the nice-looking suits. They are currently looking at a piece of paper while talking to each other. But before them is what could amount as a kind of carafe of coffee, as well as
I go towards it like a homing beacon.
One of the gentlemen steps before you, looking down. Yes.
She, A, stranger danger. B, she doesn't want to deal with these people. She just wants coffee, so she goes, Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
What? Oh. Kind of grab the coffee and pour yourself some.
Yeah. She's just like, move like towards it, just coffee. Like, excuse me. But she's
you
speaking in German.
Yeah, they look around confused, and your character speaks English, right?
Yeah, she speaks English, German, and French.
Ooh, excellent. So you hear this English exchange between these two about like, are we not doing it right today? No one seems to be listening to us. Maybe it's our jackets. We shouldn't have wore black and white. Maybe more of a color, a diverse color palette would help people provide us respect. It's a very strange conversation, but nonetheless, I mean, depending on how your normal airport scenes are like, this might be
very
normal.
Suspicious that these
Very
two guys
suspicious.
Yeah. So she gets a cup of coffee, and she just down it goes, and then she'll pour a second cup of coffee, and that one she'll turn around and accidentally spill it on one of these guys.
Oh snap! Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, they're not kind of anticipating this. So
Yeah, just bump
hot.
into like because she's still so tired. She's like, I have one in me, but these guys are sketchy, and if I spill coffee on them, maybe they'll go away to clean up.
And indeed, it kind of pours all over this man's front shirt as he goes down in a cry of pain. This other gentleman that he's with kind of gets down on his knees and grabs his hand and says, "Hold on, please."
Es tut mir leid.
They both look at you, one with a tear in his eye. Why?
And she'll kind of pretend to struggle to find the words. Accident? Sorry?
My shirt.
And then pick up the coffee and hand him the cup and hand him a napkin. And then fill up another cup and sip on it. And,
As you
like-
fill up the cup, they're kind of like edging away, crawling away, with the other man kind of helping him as they kind of skedaddle out of the airport.
Satisfied, I go wait by the luggage carousel with my coffee.
And that is where all four of you guys are finally together. Despite the recent shenanigans, you are here. There are several things of luggage continuing to go around, but so far you have not seen your luggage, which is unfortunate.
While waiting, Koskov would slowly make his way, like doing the thing where he's looking up the little conveyor belt, but moving closer to Eureka. Because since I said he hung back and watched these guys, he saw them accost these other two people.
Mhm.
So he just kind of walk over conversationally and be like, "Did those two suited men give you a hard time as well?" "Oh, you write stories, yeah, da?"
Yes, have you read any of them?
I have seen them in various publications. You should be proud.
Well, thank you. I am very proud of my work. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Eureka.
I am Koskov. Did
I
those
know.
men say anything to you?
Well, they held a picture up next to my head, and then he showed me a fake gun.
A fake gun?
A
What?
fake gun. Can you believe it?
How fake? Was it
Well,
like BB
like,
gun?
60% fake, I would say.
Oh, a whole 60. Well, that
Yeah.
is majority fake. Interesting. Excuse me. And he kind of motions to the sleepy-eyed person waiting.
Yeah?
We are starting an Accosted by Two Men club. Would you like to join?
Sure, that sounds good. I pretended not to speak English when they approached me, so they were very confused and did not know what to do. It was effective.
They did not seem to have much going on between years. Did they say anything to you?
Not to me, but since they assumed I could not speak English, they talked around me while I was getting coffee. They said something along the lines of, "Well, if we're not doing this right, usually people come with us a lot easier. This is what is going on. Was it the outfit? We don't know." And then I poured coffee on one of them. I spilled coffee on one of them.
Is
And they
this
left.
part of waking up, no?
It is. This is always a good part about waking up.
Well, it seems that we have been running racket on tourists coming in.
Maybe, perhaps. You are a tourist? She kind of looks at his outfit. It doesn't seem super touristy.
I am legitimate businessman here on legitimate business. You know, business
Right.
style.
Yes, business style. Journalist. Und she kind of looks over at the other person I assume waiting for luggage, are the race car driver. Like, what, athlete of some kind? Yes. Perhaps.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah? Were you accosted by those two strange men
You
as
don't know
well?
who I am? Accosted by someone? No.
This is very famous race car driver, Electra, I
Oh.
believe is her name. She, yes, she drive really fast and
Very
make the
good.
turn.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't watch a lot of television, so congratulations on winning a lot of races.
Thank you. It was nothing. Sorry, you were talking about being accosted?
Yes, please go ahead.
Oh no, you probably explain it better than I would.
I would not say so, but yes, there are these men. He kind of looks around to see if they're still around. But
You can. As you kind of look out the window, you notice they're in the parking lot and in their car. One of them looks like he's counseling the other, as the other one is crying into a tissue box.
Oops.
Interesting. Yes, all three of us were accosted by those two men out there, holding picture that didn't really look like tried to get us to go with them. They
Oh, I
failed
think I spilled
miserably.
coffee on that picture.
Oh, that will ruin it.
Well,
And it's about this time that one of the employees at the airport approaches you, and this man with these thick glasses, so his eyes just kind of blow up on his face as he kind of looks up at you. Very, very short, balding, but kind of pushed off to the side with a lot of mousse to kind of hide that fact. As he looks at you and says, excuse me, there's a certain time limit for the way that you have to be around the carousel, as I like to call it. As you have not left with your luggage, I would like to know, what would you like to do next? Because you cannot stay here. There are other airports, airplanes that are arriving, and oh my God, is that Electra? Oh man.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. So how
and,
can I help you? Yes.
I would like my luggage. Bitte?
Yes, as you can see,
Okay.
we do not have luggage, so we have not left.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you can and he pulls out a notebook, and if you just write down your complaint on the notebook, I can let you know about the luggage. But more importantly, I can send it to you when you're done. Electra, you sign this one. The others have to use this one. It's kind of a different celebrity notebook. It's part of airport policy.
Of course. I just take it from him.
Oh man.
There you go, darling. Just get me my
Did
luggage.
you need me to sign that one too? As a person of recognition.
Oh,
Did you-
no. I think the regular one will do just nicely for you. Here
Are
you
you
go,
sure?
please.
I insist. I insist.
Well, what? You could do a charm if you would like.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Is there? Can I assist? Is that a thing?
Ooh, how would you like to assist?
He would basically just be like, "Please, you do not know the famous journalist Eureka? Did it not come to you as a bolt of inspiration? Her many works have been published all over."
All over.
All right. So what I'll let you do is Eureka can spend one of your story points if you are okay with that. Because right now it looks like you failed with a 51, but you could use that story point to flip it to a 15, which would be right on target.
You know what? I would love nothing more than to flip that to a 15 for no reason other than I want to sign this book.
This is what story points should be used for. Just reaffirmation of who you are.
Yes.
Excellent.
And
So
Koskov leans in and says, "You should sign over her signature.
and
You are
he
more
pulls out
important than
the celebrity notebook and hands it over to Eureka. Yeah, actually, for the chat, if you'd like to post in chat like what different names would be on this very famous notebook, that is totally cool. I can't recall famous things in the '60s, famous people.
Maybe Sergei Leone,
Yeah,
big spaghetti western era."
nice. I like it. So yeah, Eureka, you are able to sign it, adding yourself to not only the names of Eureka, or sorry, to Electra, but also to the Beatles, Cary Grant, Vasily Andropov, Jerry Lewis, and this. Well, yes, you don't have to raise your hand. I don't.
Oh, but you said we had to write something or sign something. I don't have a parent or legal guardian here with me, so I cannot sign anything. I would just like my luggage, please.
You know what? What I'll do is I will send it all to Electra, and I'm sure since you four are good friends, she can pass on the items. Yes, you guys are bunched up together. You must be friends of some sort.
No, we couldn't
we
possibly
the
all just
only
be waiting for our luggage. No, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, you're the only 4 people right now because the other airplanes are kind of getting in and such.
Yes, I do require my luggage soon. I have medicine I need to take.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. But yes. Thank you very much, Electra, and what is it? Reporter Eureka? Yes.
That's right. It's right in the book. You can see it anytime you need.
Thank you. I will add this to the list that I am very excited about. But I will find Electra's and Eureka's luggage, and I will speak to you guys soon. And he kind of just skips away.
He skips away. I'm like, and my luggage.
Did that guy have a name badge?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Koskov remembers his name.
Yeah, it's kind of like his little employee badge said Dave in like these very bold, thick letters.
Make note to kill Dave.
I already made a note of that.
But yeah, it not only looks like your luggage cannot be, well, at least not be provided to you within the next couple of hours, but also some of you guys have been waiting for Elena, and she has yet to arrive as well. But you do know that she frequents the Argonauts, traditional Greek seafood restaurant just off the water. So you can take a taxi, do whatever you want, go crazy.
You guys were saying that your luggage, you were accosted by these 2 gentlemen, all 3 of you. I mean, I wasn't, but you don't think they've stolen your luggage, do you?
They were going to accost me, so I accosted them back.
Oh,
Yes.
good call.
Really gets there.
Preemptive accostation is a good plan. Well, it does seem that we are stuck together for some time, at least until our luggage is recovered. Shall we repair to somewhere and get something to eat? I am famished.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. There's a great seafood restaurant just down the road.
Yes, huh? I tell you what. And he kind of looks out the window at those guys' car.
Yeah, he's the one guy who was crying is he's kind of doing some breathing exercises, and the other guy looks like he's kind of encouraging him. Yeah, you
I'll tell
kind
you
of
what.
vaguely see him hold up a picture of what looks like younger versions of them. Is like this big womanly figure between them.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. I think that I can procure a mode of transportation. I will need to distract him. Can one of you drive, perhaps? And he kind of gives Electra a leading look, like.
Need you even ask? Let's
Well, I
go.
thought it was polite. Just wait until I get them away from their car, and
Oh,
let's
got you.
And so
I'm gonna
Koskov,
sneak around.
yeah, Koskov is going to go like out the airport and wait till all the ladies are kind of ready to go, and then he's going to kind of and just like run up to the car like in a huff and just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, gentlemen, please, hey," and kind of raps on the window like looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, they it looks like they're both trying to get that very stern look back to their face, but one of them just can't get it. The other one kind of leans over and does the turning of the window as it slowly goes down, and you hear creaking and stuff. And like, yes. I remember you. You were the guy. How's
Yeah,
it going?
Koskov, yes. Listen, I think I found your man. He is just down here. And he kind of points like down the walkway to the to the next terminal exit.
Yeah,
Like,
and
down here smoking a cigarette with beret. Seriously, he looks just like picture.
oh, he would wear a beret. And the other one kind of looks up and is like, "Really? It's not."
I mean, it does not favor his nose, but you know, I do not judge.
And they pull out this paper, which now has coffee on it, and there's a couple of added features. And strangely, there's now a beret on top of the image that also has long hair. And they both look at each other as they're like,
Definitely. Hair coming down. He's got little cigarette holding like dart. Beret. It's his whole package. He's right down there. Now is your chance. Seize the moment.
"Oh yes, man, I thank you. This is a blessed day. Are we ready? Hold on one moment." And the other guy kind of as it goes up, and you see them like talking to each other. There's a very beautiful moment where they hug, and then one of them pulls like a little miniature flail from the glove compartment and puts it in his jacket, and then they fist bump and get out of the car. All right, we are ready.
You're ready. I will hang back. Once you grab him, hey, maybe we talk about finder's fee.
Yes, yeah, that's perfect. All right, lead
Okay.
the way.
No, he's down there. This is not my thing. I found him for you. He is right there. You can do this.
We can.
I know
really
it.
think that.
I believe.
Truly.
I look
Thank
in
you.
your eyes and I see the heart of a warrior. You have eye of tiger, heart of lion, claws of
And
the bear,
brain? And brain,
Brain?
of what?
brain of the eagle. Small.
Those are very smart. Yes, I do believe I've seen them at the zoo, and they absolutely have intelligence. Okay, brother, and they kind of bump heads as they do a very quick jog, and then like look back and start walking calmly.
Mm-hmm. And as they start walking calmly, he kind of looks over and is just kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes ahead and opens the door. Are the keys in there already?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They're kind of hanging from the ignition.
Yeah, he opens the front door, for someone, and he goes to the back door and starts to get in.
I get in the back.
Excellent.
Mom
Our
doesn't
ride
like it
is
when I
here.
sit in that seat.
Please, you should drive it like I stole it.
I can definitely do that. And once
All right,
everyone's in,
so,
I'm off.
we're gonna do one roll for everyone here, just to see how well you can get to the car without kind of getting their attention. So why don't one of you guys, of course not the cat burglar, he has done his job, roll deception. If you don't have deception, you can roll your basic skills, or other skills is what they call it. Subterfuge, I'm sorry, is what the thing is.
I rolled a 55. What is okay?
Ooh. So that's karma.
Let's see.
We'll see if it's good or bad.
Oh right, yeah. Wait, I'm looking. What? Other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have
it's
deception?
subterfuge.
Where do I look? I don't see deception.
Yeah, so it is other skills, which yours is 15%. You're not a great deceptive person, you know, you're famous. it's not something you're used to.
No.
So why don't you describe what happened? Because this is actually bad karma since it's a 55. What happens here?
So I mean, I think I get in and I rev the car and I see people that are looking at me and I'm just like, hi. It's like, we just stole a car, and I drive home just like.
Awesome. So you drive off and you notice that the two mooks have seen, and there is a quick kind of like not again, and then they chase off after you guys as you run. Sadly, this place is very much like a maze coming out, almost like a circular one. So you kind of have to go around, and you see them kind of start chasing after you via the road, and then just like a kid through.
Can I just
like
wave at them as we come back around again a second time?
Question.
Yeah.
You said that the back seat was full of like toys, like they've been buying stuff from like little
Yeah, it's
kitschy
like
shops.
snow globes, Hawaiian dancing girls, everything.
Is there anything like marbles or
Yes.
like anything like that?
There
so
are
Koskov is
indeed.
gonna roll the window down, and as we kind of take a turn past them, like in their path, he's just gonna like dump some marbles out in the road, like in their path, or try to.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, why don't you go ahead? Let's see what type of roll we can make this. Ooh, I like the use of maybe prestidigitation.
Okay.
Maybe subterfuge, kind of depending on how you're doing it.
I mean, I'm not really being subtle about it. He's just kind of giving him a big smile. He's giving him a tip of the cap as he kind of dumps these
Like-
marbles out, and they come bounding towards him. So I think it's more about just aiming it right.
All right.
So that is a success because my presto is 65.
Awesome. Okay, so in this horrifically comedic fashion, Electra is waving as they continue to give chase, not realizing, just like at a theater, they could just go under the tape and get to the front. So they continue the chase via the road, and then these bags of marbles come spilling out, and they just kind of start the whole like as they are running down the road on these marbles, crashing into each other and falling on the ground, and you hear one of them scream, "I'll get you, Beret Man!" as he holds up the little piece of paper with the the weird image, which has had some added qualities put onto it since the last time you've seen it. While the other one starts to pick up the marbles. That seems to be where his focus is at. But yeah, you guys have escaped the mooks for now, despite Electra and the ever-growing popularity she is finding.
Yeah, Koskov is takes about a mile or two to figure out just how to say this, but he's just like, by the way, I'm not sure that this is first car you ever stole or first thing you ever stole, but to put it delicately, best way to achieve theft is to not announce its occurrence as it is happening. I understand that you can get caught up in the moment, but just, for future
If you're doing
reference.
something well, you want to tell people about it, though. But sure, okay, fine. Hush, hush. Okay.
Does anyone turn on the I guess whatever
Oh yeah,
cassette or whatever?
Eloise is because there's no seatbelts because it's the '60s. Has kind of climbed up from the back seat, has turned on the radio, and is looking through the glove box. She's searching the car. She's going through the car, seeing who these mooks, trying to find out who these mooks are.
Yeah. So what you see are a cassette tape of Marvin Gaye, some Elvis Presley, as well as Stevie Wonder. There are charcoal pencils. One of them fancies them an artist. And then there's that kind of baseball chewing gum. And there
They
seems to be a lot of it.
Mm. Might I have some of that Big Chew? Is it strawberry grape? I love grape.
It is a
Is
weird
grape-
fusion.
Oh no, it's strawberry grape. This is strange.
Oh,
Yeah, as
I
you
do
kind
not
of,
have
like-
this in Russia.
You kind of pull out the wrapper, and it looks like they kind of like left it out during a very hot day, and then
Oh.
just kind of rolled it up into.
You might not want to eat this. I will just chucks it in like a side pocket of her
Please.
backpack.
Ugh.
Just digging through, looking for papers like registration, anything that might tell her something about who these people were in the car or where they came from, who they work for, because obviously they're not working for themselves.
Yeah. So in the car, kind of as you're looking through it, you find under the seats
Mhm.
a picture. And that picture is of a larger, very strong-looking woman with two little boys one on either side, that very much look like the two that you saw before. There's an almost cynical and mischievous look about all three of them, and then on kind of like the lapel of this great woman, you see a spiraling octopus that is purple.
She gasps and quickly rolls it up.
Are you okay?
I am wunderbar.
There was a sharp intake of breath there.
I am much
Am I
more
going
awake
too
now.
fast? I can slow down. I'm sure I can slow down a bit.
You're the driver. You do what you think is best. But I think
Okay, because I'm real hungry, so I'll get us there as fast as.
I think that
Why
those
don't
two
you?
back there
Okay.
were working for a very evil organization.
An evil organization.
Oh, what
Yeah.
organization?
Like which one? I've probably heard about them. I've probably written a story.
They are very good at subterfuge and are not widely known, but they go by Octopus.
Octopus, you say?
Yeah, I do say Octopus. Yeah.
That's a direct quote.
Yes. Maybe not put my name in the paper, because they
Oh,
are.
okay.
I think.
Redacted. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
see.
you. No, just I'm only 16. I don't think you can. You have to get permission from my parents or legal guardian to.
I don't know the
Right,
laws
so-
of this country.
Okay. Doesn't. All right, but yeah, Octopus. I think they're part of a smuggling ring.
You're only
Involving-
16 and you know about smuggling rings.
Look, I have a lot of free time at the boarding school. That doesn't have
Really?
television. Yeah, I have to
That's
do a
fascinating.
lot of research.
Do
Yeah.
you know whether has Koskov
Is there a
heard
lot
of
of-
octopus?
Ooh.
They are very nefarious.
Very
Let's see what we can do with this. So, why don't we do an investigation check just to see kind of how much you know about the general criminal world, especially kind of like the deeper, dirtier stuff.
Yeah, so totally, this is perfect because this lends itself well to one of his abilities.
Yeah, and we're gonna add a pip to this. For those who don't know, pips are kind of how we provide difficulty in the game. So this is a -3 pip. So that means if your ones is anywhere 1 to 3, that's auto-fail no matter what the roll is. But it looks like you got a 19, which
I'm
is
good.
Perfect.
I have passed, and I don't even have to spend a story point. But his sixth sense, he's like, wait a minute, he's heard, like, maybe he's heard stories about this organization and didn't believe them, that it was real or something.
You know that people only whisper it. It's quite a taboo to speak higher than a whisper about this organization. So it's odd hearing men say it in a very, I guess, not completely casual, but definitely not like type of way.
Well, he would speak up to this. He was like, well, perhaps they are better at hiding their true nature. Speaking of the 2 mooks they just stole from. But this organization, they do have a massive reach. I have heard tale of them all over.
Strong octopus arms. They're very tactile. They reach into everything. They are so nefarious, and so many people don't believe me about them. But finally, someone else who knows.
Can I get a quote from you about octopus and their many arms and reaches?
Well, perhaps you could name me as unnamed source. Or
Are you 16 too?
No, I'm just how you say businessman that does not want his name splattered all over tabloids.
I would call that businessman who does not want his name on tabloids. Okay, what's your quote?
Confidential source.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
And he looks at the journalist like, did I just teach her something? Like,
Of course not.
yes, I will be confidential source number 1.
Mr. Confidential Source. Got it. Okay.
Please, my father is Mr. Just call me confidential source.
Not Mr. Okay, go ahead.
Well, octopus has long reach, like I said. That is quote.
That's your quote?
What the,
I hear they can open jars. Is that
That's
important?
a better quote. That's honestly a much better quote.
I don't know about the organization.
That's a
but
headline.
Real octopuses can do that.
They can open
I'm good
jars.
at giving headlines.
This organization is. I believe that they are just awful and nefarious. It would not surprise me if they aspired for world domination. But they don't like
stealing
attention.
their car wasn't such a bad thing then. You know, we were
But
just
can
getting.
they even live outside of the ocean?
Yeah, they are people. The organization is octopus because they have arms everywhere.
Oh,
It is
okay.
a
I
myth.
get it.
Yeah, they're not real
It's
octopus. I understand.
So, okay. I'm tracking. I understand. Thank you, Mr.
Electra, why don't you go ahead and
Confidential.
give us a vehicles roll?
Ooh, okay.
As we
Let's
crash this
see.
stolen car.
Costco just looks at LOE.
Did that work? Oh shit! She's getting distracted. She rolled a 91.
Oh!
I'm clearly like talking like this. Oh, we should totally do this. Not looking where I'm going. My vehicles.
You do have a special ability.
It's
born behind the
75,
wheel.
but that's still bad. My what?
Yeah, you can flip it if you want using a story point. Since this is.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Make it a 19. That'd be much better. I don't know how many story points I have, but I will spend one.
You
if I
start
have
out
one.
with 4 each.
4.
But you
Okay.
got an extra one.
Oh, I did.
We got an extra
Yeah.
one from chat.
Oh, we did. Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I've got 4 left. Okay. Right. We don't crash. maybe.
So at the last second, like yank it back into the lane.
Yeah,
like, oh,
it is like
I should really. Sorry, I'm not used to people. I'm used to tracks. There's nobody around usually.
Okay, no one talk while race car driver gets us to a restaurant. Koskov is like,
We should be super close now. I think we'll.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
be there
what
any
is
moment.
Normally a 30-minute drive is a 10-minute drive, and without seatbelts, this might be quite terrifying. As you guys zoom through the streets, dodging cars. At one point, you wonder if you were on two wheels and not on all four, but you really can't think about it because too much is going on as people speed past you. And then with kind of this amazing twirl and spin, you are suddenly in a parking lot looking out towards the water with the restaurant Argonauts right behind you.
Like a glove. Okay, let's go.
And the moment you get out, there's like this random voice that just says, "You rock, Electra!"
I know.
Koskov quickly gets out of the vehicle and checks his pulse to make sure his heart isn't about to explode. But he checks around to make sure they're not being followed or anything like that.
Eloise looks wide awake. Like that was the wake up she needed this morning. Not the coffee, that car ride.
Better than coffee.
Adrenaline.
And yeah, kind of before you is this quaint little traditional Greek seafood restaurant. You kind of see the white peeling paint that surrounds this in this very kind of row home style building that outlooks the water. There's several patio chairs and tables, as well as special menu items. But yeah, it's kind of like this nice music coming from it. It's a gorgeous day. Like the sun's out, seagulls are flying about. You hear the waves crashing against the beach, and it's a good day. So yeah, as you guys come in to this place, you're immediately greeted by this old woman. And when I say old, I mean really old, leather-like skin. One of her eyes is kind of closed as she looks at you guys and says, "What do you want?"
A table. Let's go.
All right.
By the water.
Okay.
We're
Yeah, no
hungry.
problem.
Babushka.
Is it you four?
Oh,
Ah,
did you say we knew someone here? Sorry. Did you
Yes,
say we all knew
you were
someone
supposed
here?
to meet Elena here.
Elena.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, there might be. Is Elena here? Is there a table for Elena? Sorry, guys, I meant to
Elena.
meet an Elena.
Elena, you say? She hasn't come
Elena?
here in a... Yeah.
Oh.
That sounds right.
Let's get a table for 5 in case she turns up.
Okay. I haven't seen her, but yeah, sure. And she'll kind of like shuffle about and give you guys a seat. She kind of just throws the menus onto the table and walks away. She kind of returns to this very handsome looking older man. It's kind of a weird dichotomy right here as they hug each other. It definitely looks kind of like a mom and pop type restaurant. Though how exactly the two met, you know, must be a story of the ages. As he comes up and with his little kind of well manicured mustache, says, "Hello, welcome to Argonauts. We have several specials today. I'm sure that you would like to inquire about them. But for now, why don't I provide you with water? And are there any other drinks you would like? Maybe enjoy some wine."
Just water, please.
Of course. Yes.
I will have water and vodka, please.
Of course, sir. Excellent. All right. Well, I shall return, and for those who haven't specified the drink, I just will provide water. Sadly, I need to get back to the kitchen, so this is kind of the end of our interactions. But Mama G will be taking care of you for the remainder of your time here. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Toodles. Mhm.
Charmed.
And he saunters away, leaving you guys alone here. So after a while, you realize that Elena isn't going to show up. G-Ma kind of watches you with her one eye from a distant corner. Whenever there is a slight bit of attention that is required, she is there with her normal aggressive and abrasive attitude. But yeah, Elena never shows up.
Well, do you, Electra, do you already have accommodations for hotel in city?
I think I was gonna stay at the big place on the water. That's usually where I stay. What's it called? The cherry tree, something like that. It's the big one. Yeah. Where are you
Well,
staying? You want to stay there? It's really nice.
Well, I have not booked a room as of yet, but we should probably continue to be together. For perhaps our luggage was sent to your hotel.
Well, yes, I did. I wrote that next to my name, so hopefully they'll send it to the hotel. So yeah, sure, come to the hotel. We'll get you some rooms. I have a feeling I've got a suite, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, I much of my equipment was in my luggage, and I would very much like to have it.
Mine
What
is well.
equipment?
Equipment? Oh, I brought with me a chemistry set, and I had my moped shipped here, and some ski gear.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I keep my toolbox
Great.
in my backpack, so as I did not get lost.
Wow. You're a little
And
chemist.
my homework as well.
You are a student then.
Yeah, I am a student. I go to a St. Catherine's School for Young Ladies. It is a French boarding school.
That would make sense. That's why you're 16.
Yeah. Yeah, that is satisfying.
That is hard-hitting question.
Thank
Go
you.
far.
I have.
He kind of looks left and right because it wasn't a question. Just like.
So,
Yes,
as you... sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
So, as you guys are relaxing and chilling there, you notice that Grandma G kind of flips the sign and so that it says, "Sorry, we're closed," of course, in Greek, with like a little smidget of English at the bottom.
I think that's our cue.
It certainly seems that we are being played off. Yes.
Well, the Musaka was lovely. We should go. Where's the stolen car? Let's go.
So yeah, as you guys stand up, and as you turn, Kozka, right as you turn around, Grandma G is there, looking up at you.
How may I help
Paige,
you
it's
both?
on the table.
You looking for Elena? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right, come with me. She kind of like goes back into the kitchen.
Okay.
I assume everyone.
Yeah,
follows.
Koskov goes after she goes through the door, and he'll hold the door open and kind of motion for everyone to go, and he'll
Follow very suspiciously.
Yeah, she goes into the kitchen, and in the freezer is where she heads into.
A body.
What?
He's in the freezer. I was like, it's a body, right?
No, it's
No.
fine. It's fine. Just
Okay.
just go in.
All right,
she
sure.
puts on a little pink jacket as she comes in there. Follow me.
Do you serve
Stepping
bone?
into it. she you notice her go off to the back of it and kind of pulls on a glass jar of lemons, so kind of like almost like a switch, and then the whole of the freezer starts shaking and then going down.
I'm just looking around at all the stuff in the freezer, making sure there's nothing that looks like human body parts or anything. Just...
Oh yeah. For the most part, it's good. There's some peculiar meat, but who's
Okay.
to say, right?
Yeah, sure. Just make a note of that. Not standing next to it.
And she kind of just stares at you guys as you guys have this awkward kind of going down. You kind of hear elevator music in the background. But as it comes down, it reveals this almost very short warehouse. So those of you who are a little bit on the taller, the upper end of the 5 foot, this kind of have to crouch down a little bit. She doesn't, of course. She's fine. But it's definitely pretty low, almost cement. And there is just kind of a plethora of these illuminated gadgets and weapons and all sorts as she kind of steps forward. All right. So you're friends of Elena. I probably should have confirmed that. I might have to take you out. If not.
No, we are friends.
We have already had dinner, but we could come up with other plan.
What? Are you flirting with me?
Well, you're the one who was offering to take me out, so I mean, I would ask you the same question. But
All right, I'm free Thursday night, 7 p.m.
Yes, I will be there.
Excellent. Treat me like a princess. That's all I ask.
I will see what I can do.
All right, moving on to the business at hand. And she kind of moves forward towards the this almost luminescent map of what looks like the surrounding area.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely all over that. I'm like, what kind of tech is this?
I know, it's like so high tech. What is this? All right, Elena. And more importantly, the one she was staying with. I think it was Professor Gagario. I haven't been seen in town for quite some time. And I'm glad she called on you four to help. Though I probably assumed she was hoping she would meet you here. It's kind of Thursday, and we have a nice special that's her favorite. I think it's a sort of seafood taco. Yeah. You guys wouldn't be interested in that, would you?
We like
Just
just
ask me
ate.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you. I saw you. Okay, excellent. So, pointing at the map of the surrounding area, there has been some very interesting things going around here. Several artifacts and movements of the criminal world.
Minoan artifacts from
Yes.
the Aegean Sea.
How'd you know?
I know things.
You guys. She's your leader then. All right.
Leader more of ruling council.
This professor she was with, what nationality was he?
Think he was from the UK or something. He had like a fancy accent.
Mm,
Had a pipe.
all right.
Yeah.
Mm. Interesting.
Any other questions? I feel like I gave you guys enough, but or maybe I
And
didn't.
you can verify the validity of these artifacts, da?
Well, I know that it shouldn't be moving hands. And I know there might be some fake ones out there too. It sounds like a lot of money's passing through this town. A little bit too much.
You said that
And-
there was British hands.
American.
Oh, gosh. There's always Americans involved.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I know, right? Just like
They bumble into places without knowing
yeah,
the way.
crawling in. Yeah. I know how it is.
Excuse me. I'm right here.
Oh,
No.
present company accepted, of course.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
probably second in command then.
I mean, we're
Good.
very important and we should be everywhere, so it makes sense. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is happening, and I'm sure Ellen brought you here in a very important reason. Your captain can probably go over everything, but we gotta find the professor, and more importantly, we gotta find Elena, because she was always kind to me, and she was nice, so...
Where were they
Good
last
friend.
seen?
I know they were going off into the islands. Some excavation or something like that. I tune out after a while. Human conversation just isn't my thing.
You're a
Did
woman
you
of
say
action.
What?
Did you say human conversation just isn't your thing?
No, I did it. I just said conversation isn't my thing.
All right,
I'm not
then.
saying it was aliens,
But it was alien.
What aliens?
but it was aliens.
All
I want
right.
to look at this fancy map. Glean what
Yeah.
I can from.
Is
Kind of
it-
check
is
in.
So Eloise, you can give
Yes.
me. Let's do science roll. I think that'd be perfect.
Science. Sure. That's a success.
Ooh, excellent. All right, so this is kind of weird. You've probably seen it before in like the most rarest of occasions, but there are a set of keys in front of this this almost luminescent wallpaper of sorts, showing the map of the surrounding area. And by pressing on some of these buttons, sometimes it zooms in, it moves off to the side. It seems to be, yeah, like this is awesome. Whatever this is awesome. But you can check out the surrounding areas, and you do see that there are several kind of southeast of where you are now, which is Athens. There are several islands, including the Philakis. but any one of these could be kind of a great archaeological sites that could potentially be useful. Furthermore, you do notice that almost creepily, Grandma G does have the location of Elena's residence.
Okay. Just make note of this. What about it says school notebook. She just writes some notes down. Place the map. And how did you know Elena?
Yeah, it's either or.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you know her? Was she just a customer?
I was her childhood friend. My childhood, not her. I mean, kind of. Yeah. I'm a lot younger than I look.
All right. And how do you know about all of this that is going on?
And with that, she looks wistfully off into the distance, her gaze looking over you guys and finally settling on a corner where you see a little photo illuminated via spotlight from above of several individuals kind of grouped together in an almost class-like fashion. She looks away and you can see almost a single tear of remembrance going down her cheek. And she looks back. I don't want to talk about it. But you could trust me.
Right. And I'm going to try to read her reaction as I ask this next question. I go, have you heard of the organization Octopus?
Da-na-na. Why don't you give me investigation?
Sure thing. That's also a success. Investigation's a 75.
She immediately kind of, you see kind of goosebumps form on the back of her neck. Her one good eye normally pierces your soul, but has slowly drifted off to the side as if remembering something from the past. There's obviously some history there.
Mm-hmm. I suspect that they may be involved.
What's your name?
Eloise.
Eloise. What you're looking at is the abyss. I suggest you don't look at it any further. No good could come from it. You just do your job and you move on. You don't stick around. You don't form bonds. You don't love. You just move on to the next task. That's what I think you should do, Eloise. Yeah.
I'll take it into consideration. She writes something in her notebook. But she looks more determined than ever to definitely look into all this. Maybe jump into the abyss, who knows. Alright, so we
Sure,
should
be
probably go
fine.
to Elena's residence. See if she left any clues to which island she was headed to, mayhaps.
Yeah. I think that sounds like a better suggestion than just going to the hotel.
We can
Our luggage can wait.
hotel to see if our luggage is there. I mean, I think it's on the way. Looking
On
at
the
the
way.
map.
Okay, fine. Okay. And I look at the map to just see, almost tracing it like it's a track to figure out, like, okay, so we go there, and then the quickest route to there is this, and figure
Yeah,
out,
and
all the quick routes.
There's this
And the dock
amazing...
as well, I guess.
Yeah, there's this amazing like circular kind of crossing point that you're gonna have fun drifting across. The others aren't gonna like it, but you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Fast and
Uh,
Furious.
and
Practice
Greasing the wheel.
every opportunity to practice. She's doing it.
And with that, she sends you back up, gazing once again at the photos in the corner as you guys get back into the freezer and realize that it's locked.
Appears someone has locked us in the freezer. How
Have
cold.
you tried the secret lemon lever?
Well, it is on the other side of the door. Excuse me, let me have a look, please. And Koskov goes up and looks at this lock. Is there any way to manipulate it from the side of the door?
There is. You see several mechanisms to the right of it that you're pretty sure, if you're good, if you're lucky, you might be able to get you guys out of this quite cold situation.
I got some engineering. Could that help?
I have 3 things I need right now. And he turns around and looks. Does anyone here look like their hair is has bobby pins in it, or?
Probably me.
Yeah, he just he goes. I need those 2 things right there on that temple and that temple there.
I'll undo it, and some of my hair falls down, and I hand it to him.
It looks better. I like the way it frames your face. And he bends the hairpins and begins working.
All right, go ahead and give me a security test. We'll say +2 pips because of the hairpins. Hairpins are useful.
Okay. I got a 29, which that is...
Success!
That's a success, yes.
Yes, all right. So you guys watch as Klitschko kind of manipulates these mechanisms, and it almost seems impossible what he's doing with these hairpins. It defies logic, gravity,
Very interesting. Taking
the
notes.
density
Like a
of
good
hairpins.
Like halfway through, he's still picking the lock, and he kind of turns his head and kind of winks at the reporter. Just a minute, and just...
And with that, it slides open.
and he takes the pins and kind of bends them back as well as he can and presents them back.
Well, I know my way around cars, but you clearly know your way around freezers. Good job.
Yes, freezes.
Excellent. So I assume you guys are heading back to the vehicle and heading on off to Elena's residence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop,
But
stopping
via the
back at the hotel to see if our luggage is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
The hotel's on the way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys go past, not go past, you guys stop right in front of this lavished hotel. Gorgeous with rose petals everywhere. There's a live orchestra inside that you can hear, a bit of people dancing. And yeah, it looks very nice. And right outside, you see a very tense-looking individual who you recognize from before. He has those same thick-framed glasses. Yeah, Dave. He's wearing a kind of bellboy outfit now, but still wearing the same name tag. And he's just kind of like waiting
Must be
around,
tough.
looking.
Dave has 2 full-time jobs, looks like.
Yeah, or they're twins, but they have the same name. No, I think your thing sounds more plausible. I pull up outside out in the lobby bit and jump out.
Yeah, as you
I'll
do.
go
of
check.
course. There is fanfare. Someone lets off a firework.
Stop.
You hear the trademark "You rock, Electra" from like far off. It's probably the same guy or different. Who knows? And this
you
this
following
little it's like yeah.
Yeah, I see you everywhere. Okay.
The stick-framed individual comes up and says, Electra. Oh, it is a pleasure to see you again. I enjoyed providing my particular service to your and your acquaintances' perishables as well as non-perishables, which have been, in fact, put inside these little soft cushiony compartments that are then zipped up or buttoned up and put on the plane and was lost, but now it's found. I guess what I'm trying to say is I did good work today.
Do you have our luggage?
I do, in fact. You see, I have placed it in a very not peculiar area. It is quite boring, actually, and I'm sorry for that, Electra. I really should have placed it in a more interesting location. But you see, it is right behind the desk over there. Of course, I can lead you there and provide you each.
I
with
start to
your
walk.
luggage.
I just touch his stroller.
I think we will
Okay.
find it ourselves. Otherwise, we might get lost en route.
He continues
I
to kind
might
of
need
like.
a hand though, Dave. You
Right.
can carry it to the car.
Oh, excellent! Yes, I am. I'm here for that. I am very excited. The good old 7 to 7 jobs. And he
Yeah.
kind of scuttles behind the desk and provides Electra as well as Eureka's luggage. Kind of heaving these things on top of each other.
When
Is
he
everyone's
puts them
luggage
all.
there?
Yeah.
No, just Eureka's and Electra's luggage are present at the moment. You don't have to raise your hand. Little miss, how can I help you?
Me, Dave, could you
Uh-huh.
tell me where my luggage is?
Ah, yes. You see, I could not place your luggage with everyone else's because you are not famous. You see, there wasn't enough space. Electra has a decent amount of bags, but I did leave your luggage right behind that potted plant over there.
I just go over to the potted plant.
You see, like, your
And,
skis poking out.
Where is my luggage? Is it hanging in chandelier?
No, that would take the stairs or the ladder, and that is being currently used by our maintenance man on the second floor. Quite unfortunate. No, yours is right behind that same potted plant. I kind of grouped you in the same class as Eloisa.
Спасибо.
Yes.
Thank you.
Electra, let me go ahead and place these in your vehicular thingamabob. And yes, let me get the carts. I do have a bag.
What
bag.
about mine? Are you gonna pick mine up too?
Oh yes, of course. Is it going to the same vehicle, or would you like me to provide you a different vehicle? Yes.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
All right. So same
Ex-
vehicle. Of course.
Koskov kind of huddles everyone up. Actually, if he can provide alternate transportation, it'd be good to change cars.
But that is not stolen, yeah. That is, yes, yeah.
Oh, of course. Dave? Excuse me, Dave.
Yes.
Hi, it's me. It's
the
me,
famous
Eureka.
reporter known through all out the lands. Yes, sorry, I have interrupted you, and I apologize.
You offered a second car to me just now, and I think I would like that. I'm feeling very tired. I think I would like to go separately and have a separate car.
Of course, yes. We have several mint vehicles, and I shall pull one around. I had just got my license, so this is good practice. All right, I will be back.
Great.
What?
We will not need driver. We have driver. And He kind of
Oh,
motions.
no, I
towards
am
you.
just pulling it off to the front. It'll be fine. I will be back quicker than you can say. You have a nice top hat, or hat, as the locals call it.
You have a nice
Um,
hat.
Go.
Hold
Let's
on. He kind of runs.
I am not sure I trust Dave.
I do not like Dave. He rubs me wrong way.
He has too many
Yeah.
uniforms for one day, and that's in all of my research and journaling does not bode well for a person.
No.
Well, no. So what do you think is reason for this? Is a good thing to dig down on, no?
I think I should get a quote from him when he comes back.
Hmm. While he's gone and they're talking, he was the only
Mhm.
person in the lobby, right?
I mean,
Just
there's
They're
kind of
front
further
desk.
down. There's like orchestras and some people milling about, but it's pretty empty.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna like dig behind the front desk and see if I can find anything.
Ooh, all right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sure.
And while she's doing that, Koskov is just gonna look through his bag to make sure everything's still there.
Yeah, that's a success.
Nice. Yeah, for Kotzka, everything is present and still there. There is a smiley face tag hanging from your suitcase with like a dash and D at the end of it. But other than that, everything is A-okay. Nothing to be suspicious about.
And I'm gonna spend one story point to be ignored by adults in this scene. So even if they're milling about, they don't pay any attention. to me,
Nice.
'cause child.
Yeah. It makes it very weird as you guys, or you guys don't notice at all, but, there's another attendant who comes behind the desk and kind of sees this girl flipping through the pages of the records. It doesn't respond at all, just continues to go about his day as if nothing is wrong with a little girl going through the private information of everyone who is present. So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything octopus related. Also, Eloise or the professor, or Elena or the professor, or any incriminating evidence on Dave,
Ooh,
or any
excellent.
strange devices behind the front desk. So you never know.
So, you know that no one else could have seen this. You are like you are on it. You are investigating. You're going through the pages, and then one name stands out, and you see the name. It is Mrs. Gray, and as you look at it, you notice that the light catches on the chandelier, reflects off a mirror, and the combination of the light and the last kind of flourish of her penmanship,
Mhm.
you notice weaves this almost octopus-like figure. And then it's gone.
I make note of Mrs. Gray's room number and how long she's been here.
Excellent. As you look over, Mrs. Gray has been here for about 2 months. And she is currently occupied at the suite, the rooftop suite, which there are only 2 of. One is hers, and the other is Electra's.
All right. Fantastic.
Excellent. So you hear the screeching of tires, and Dave kind of spins about in the front, almost hitting Electra's car, as he pulls this very old BMW. Has kind of some of its paint peeling, and he kind of toddles out and hands Electra, or actually Eureka, the keys. And says, "Here you go, young miss. I have your keys right here. It's a little sticky on third, and it's a little sticky on second. And fourth can be a little rustic. And first, you really have to tantalize it before you get into it. Nonetheless, I do hope you enjoy the vehicle. Just let me know if you need anything else. I will be working here until the morning, so I will see you for breakfast. And yeah, it has been my absolute pleasure to serve both of you, Electra, the famous race car driver, oh my god, as well as Eureka, a most professional reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stands there and smiles at you guys.
And Koskov goes up and kind of pats Dave on the shoulder and says, with this car, you really came through in the clutch. Thank you. Thank you.
This is it's like a pun. Yes, I too dabble in jokes of the pun variety.
I quickly just hand him $10 bill and walk away. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yes, I can buy food with this. Excellent.
I think that Eloise is already putting her stuff in the trunk of the new car. Just no one noticed until now. Just like,
Excellent. All right. It sounds like you guys have a destination. And as you peel off from the road,
and I'll tell them about what I discovered on the drive there.
ooh, go ahead and do that. I'm interested to see how they respond. Dun, dun,
So-
dun.
While you were all gathering your luggage and Dave was pulling the car around, I looked behind the front desk at the book of names. You have the rooftop suite, one of the two rooftop suites, Electra. And the person who has the other one, I'm positive, works for Octopus and goes by the name of Mrs. Gray.
Is that Gray or EY?
EY.
Ooh.
Does not
It's
matter how you spell it.
Two
It's
months.
color of evil.
Mm.
If I'm gonna print it, I need it to be accurate.
It's just EY.
Oh, a
Been
press
here for 2
person
months.
who wants to get the truth. I like it.
Well-
Okay. Do I know Mrs. Gray or have I ever heard this name? If I've stayed here before, maybe.
In passing, so you know, very much like at every party, you definitely recall her name being at several high appearance parties. But you guys have never engaged each other. Your social circles are kind of a little bit distant.
Yeah. So I know of, but not no idea about
Mhm.
their
Yeah.
anything about them. Okay, cool. So, okay, Eureka, did you want to drive or can I? Do you mind? Can I?
I don't know how to drive it.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the cat with the green screen eyes as well, which is amazing.
He's a sweetie.
Oh my
Green
gosh.
Stare into
We
the
could say
abyss.
we could say there's a cat like in the vehicle that just crawled in at the last moment.
Okay. Hi.
So
And I think
Electra.
after I tell them this, I grab the cat and I just kind of like doze off because of my sleep. I can't realize how recklessly we're driving. So
So Electra, you're peeling down the road in normal 100-mile-an-hour fashion, despite the speed limit being around 20 or 15. You still kind of
usually
hear-
when I get pulled over, they just want an autograph and then I move on.
Yeah.
They're just excited that they saw me driving, so it's
They're
usually
like, oh
it's
my
usually
gosh, sign the
Ew.
speeding ticket for
fine.
me.
We just raced with her. Yeah, it's great.
But as you're peeling off down the street, you come to a stop sign, and a vehicle pulls up next to you. It is pretty disgusting looking. You see that the hubcaps are falling off. There's rust on it. None of the windows seem to be there, including the back window. And furthermore, there is the familiar Hawaiian dancing girl at the front of it, just kind of shaking as these two men, one with spilled coffee on his shirt, look at you and rev their engines as they look at the stop sign.
Your car's back at the hotel. I think we need to go.
They're
Shall
like,
I go?
Well, if you have already stopped, then yes.
I go. Take
Excellent.
off.
Give me a vehicles test. We're gonna say a -2 pip. So do not roll a 1 on the ones.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 2. Is that good?
Yeah, that is perfect. Just out of the danger zone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you
we-
immediately. Yeah, you shoot on down the road and you go right past several cars which come flying through that look like they're about to hit you if you're in the back seat. The cat is very much purring, just enjoying the ride as
Hold
well as
on!
being petted. And kind of as you get to that circular spot, you've been anticipating this. This is your moment in the sun. So to speak, as you completely drift around it, as you see these two flip the car and crash into what looks like a bakery. You see the two kind of roll out of the vehicle just as you pull down another street, muffins kind of falling on their heads as one of them brings up his paper balled up in its fist. And says, "Hooray, man!"
They're not used to drifting.
And you guys are
I think
clear.
Eloise kind of blinks up. Did I miss something? No?
An
They-
amazing race.
They crashed
Give
into
Catholic.
bakery. It is
Pawing at you.
it is no
Mhm.
problem.
Excellent. You pull up in front of Elena's townhome. Just quaint little place with several flowers hanging off the top of it. Very well looking establishment, but nothing that Electra's used to in terms of the lavishness of it. It's just several scores underneath.
Okay, we were gonna
Do
go take a look.
do the lights look on, or does it look like anyone's home?
It does not. It's empty.
Koskov
at
grabs
least
a few
in
things
appearance.
from his suitcase. He has like a small pack, and he stuffs them in it, and then he kind of slings it over his shoulder, kind of like a messenger bag kind of thing.
Mhm.
I
Excellent.
equip myself with my gear.
I assume Eloise gets her skis.
Not yet. I'm saving those.
For later.
Yeah.
I have a film camera, so I'm gonna dig that out. Because if nothing
All
else, I want to film all this exciting stuff that's happening.
I also have a camera, but it's just like a
Yeah.
point.
I will put on my protection mask from my chemistry lab set, though.
Social
Just in case.
distancing. Just in case.
Yeah, it's important.
All right. So approaching this the door, especially Eureka, what you immediately recognize is that there are scratch marks next to where the locking mechanism is, suggesting that someone broke their way in.
Break in right after them. Just try the handle, see if it even locks or just pushes open.
it pushes open. Did you get a new hat from your suitcase?
As Koskov grabs like a scarf and a hat to change his appearance slightly. I have a disguise kit. I'm playing into it.
Excellent. Opening up the door, you see kind of down to your right a little quaint dining room. Further down, you see a kitchen as well as the stairs leading up.
So Eureka has pretty high like investigation. Can she just try to like wander around and investigate and see if she can piece together what happened? Try to find the story here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. It's happened some time ago, so we'll say a -2 Pip.
Well, she's looking to find out what happened. I'm looking to find out what island they were excavating at.
All right. How
More
are you going
paperwork,
to
less
do?
incident.
Yeah.
So my
Toss
investigation is 65, but I rolled a 65. Can I use a story point to flip it? Would that pass it?
Equal to or lower then. So you're
So
good
with
on that.
65.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Excellent. So we'll come back to you, Eureka, for Eloise. You're looking
Mhm.
around for the exact
Like
location
a journal
that
or
they were
notes
at.
or something that would indicate where they've been digging.
Excellent.
Because there's a lot of
Uh,
islands.
Yeah, so why don't you give me a search roll to see if you can find the
Search roll?
notebook.
Sure.
Mhm.
I do have search. Um, 65. That is exactly
Wow.
my search.
2 in a row. What are the odds? Hi, apparently.
Never tell us the odds.
All right, so Eureka, as you're looking around, almost Sherlock Holmes style, you're able to piece together exactly what happened. A break-in through the door. You notice a book that is lying down on the dining room, just in the middle of the floor. Probably one of them was accosted the moment that the burglar of sorts came in. You see several shoes that are still placed at the entrance. None are missing, suggested that they were taken without being provided their own shoes, so it happened pretty quickly. And it was without violence. The burglars must have had something to bring them in a very definitive way. Yeah, so that's what you find out. You do know that 2 people broke in. There is kind of weirdly, there's a nail near the door that both individuals brush past, nicking their jackets. So you see these 2 slightly different blacks. So one's a darker black and the other is more like a midnight black. Of little
Would it
wool
have
that's attached to
looked
them.
like the jackets that the guys in the cars that interrogated us at the airport looked like?
Yes. Thinking back, you do remember that though they were both wearing black, one was indeed slightly more black than the other black.
Okay. She's a
Slightly
black belt,
darker
so
black.
she would definitely know the difference.
Yeah, like the different, like you got this.
I have one more question, and if you want me to roll
Uh-huh.
for like search or something, I will. You said that there's a book on the floor, so is there a bookshelf nearby?
There
Can I
is.
look and see if there's any literature about an octopus or any sea life, really?
Ooh. You do indeed find one kind of biological book concerning octopuses. But there are several notes within it that suggest that a different conversation is happening entirely. Now, what this means exactly is hard to tell. It'll take some time to decipher what this exactly means because you're lacking a lot of context. But it definitely is an interesting clue. Go ahead, Kafka. There you go.
Koskov.
Yes, so Koskov notices what Eureka has stumbled upon. And he begins kind of looking around for complementary clues to provide said context, and I'm going to spend 2 story points because he has a sixth sense about these things. Like once he has a clue, he can find what it leads to.
Mhm.
So I'm going to spend 2 story points, and that means I get something important about a scene.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're looking around, you're kind of watching over Eureka's great detective work.
Well,
You-
it's good.
Yeah, you do notice a bit of a discoloration with the wood, and a slight moistness to it. As you bend down and kind of inquire a little bit further, you notice that it definitely looks as if a highly concentrated salt water was kind of dripped into the start of the kind of the entrance of the household. Now, this could mean several things, but what your mind goes to is that these people must have come directly from a boat or a ship, maybe, that they probably took them back via a boat. So the docks might be a good place to inquire further.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they definitely came from ship. One last pass. So then Koskov just looks around for stuff to steal.
There are several bosses in statues, picturesque art that you can grab and snag. There's definitely a wallet.
Yeah, I definitely got a subterfuge there. Or sneak, doesn't matter. I passed.
Yeah.
But as he's telling them about this whole thing, he's like looking at things, and he kind of slips a couple things in his pockets and his bag.
Excellent. Yeah, you can take like these gold pens and such. It's definitely going to be a profitable day for you, if not for anyone else. So going to Eloise, as you're looking upstairs, that's probably where the professor's office is. You come into a room with a small little desk looking out towards the street. There are books surrounding you, and looking through kind of a Dear Diary type of journal done by the professor himself. You do see a little map, a sketch of where you currently are and what looks like the Falakis.
Okay. I'll take the map. And also while I'm upstairs, I'm going to take some, because, obviously someone was kidnapped. Probably, reporter will figure it out. Probably needs rescuing. I want to, take the alarm clock and, a watch. Just anything mechanical or electronic that she can. Just, stuffs it in the backpack.
Yeah,
downstairs
you can
with
definitely grab all these accoutrement of items
Mhm.
as you come downstairs, where you guys all see each other once again. Oh, doggy.
I found a map. I think this is where they were digging up stuff.
I have a look at the map. Can I drive to it? Is it within
Not with a car.
yeah.
Boat is like car.
A boat is.
I mean, I've not
I love
tried boat racing. I'm up for it.
Could be a way to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah. I like how you're thinking. Let's do it.
To the
Okay,
docks.
so we need a boat.
Excellent. So you guys head on over to the docks. Now, obviously, the hour is getting late. Unfortunately, all
Perfect.
the yachts and wondrous boat-like vehicles are already out or tethered and done for the night. But there is...
I have a thought if you don't have something, because I could spend.
No,
a
go
story
ahead.
on
I
it.
want to hear this.
Well, I mean, I feel like I should use these story points because they're fun,
Yes.
and I have an ability that's been everywhere, and one of the things says, spend a story point to know someone at the location. so I could know someone who owns a really cool yacht, and maybe we can like borrow it.
Excellent. Who is this person? You get to name it.
Okay. How about this is my publicity manager, and they have their own yacht, but they've organized various parties on yachts and stuff. And so I'm gonna go speak. This is Marguerite, and she happens to be down here because she's helping me with my publicity while I'm on my trip. And
Yeah.
so I'm checking in and saying, oh, wouldn't this be great publicity if I do some boat racing around? And I'd just like this, take it out for a spin tonight with my friends.
Yeah, so you definitely get that affirmative, and she says, meet at this area on the dock as soon as possible. I've missed you. You have been gone from my life a little bit too long. We're talking about you right now. Hurry on up.
Okay, we got a yacht. Let's go.
So you guys head on over to that area of the dockside, and yeah, it's this gorgeous yacht. Weirdly, there, or maybe not weirdly, there is a beautiful picture of Electra on the kind of front of the boat. Very large, has her
like one of
name
those
on it.
ladies on the front of like a ship, but just, you know, sort of in that sort of
you're
glamour
like-
pose kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a pinup girl.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
pinup girl on the front of like old, you know, planes in World War II, you know, those kind of
Yeah,
things,
like
the
a bomber.
bombers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It is you right there. It's even called the Electra. And then there's kind of like slide at the end of it, which I don't know if you love or hate. It's really kind of weird. But your publicist, Marguerite, approaches you and says, "Darling, oh my gosh, I am so happy to see you."
I give her the double, no, the triple kiss thing.
Oh
Darling.
my gosh. It has been too
It's
long.
been so long.
Oh god, what has it been? A day? Oh jeez.
Oh, something like that. It's been quite a day, to be honest.
Has
Let
it?
me introduce you. I have friends. I brought some press
Oh.
with me. You see, I'm working. I brought press. This is a Eureka. She does press. She's kind of famous.
Alright.
So we should,
Oh,
you should
good to
come,
meet
you know,
you.
keep in touch.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, here's
Um,
my card, darling.
There we go. Is it Eloise? She's a student. She's very smart. She has a whole chemistry set with her. I don't know what she uses it for, but
She kind of leans in. Is this one of those interns, darling? The like the free labor of sorts?
I mean, I hadn't even thought about that at the moment. They're just tagging along, but you know, I guess I could ask them to do some stuff. So yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
just a younger one. I think in terms of legal matters, it might be a little bit more difficult with the adults, but I think we're okay with the young one.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
And Koskov, he's very good at getting out of freezers. So there's that.
Yeah. My father was butcher, so, and I was
Well.
bad child.
Well, you are a tall drink of wine, if I might say so myself, and I do. And I have,
Yuck.
I prefer vodka, but I'm willing to compromise.
He already has one date tonight. It's crazy.
Really?
It's Thursday. Tonight is still free.
Oh, okay. You got one tonight for Thursday. Sorry. So you can
Yes.
probably date him, but it's not on Thursday.
Yes, I have date with mother from Goonies.
Oh, was it the Grandma G?
Bah.
Oh,
From the
no.
restaurant.
Darling, you are claimed. I cannot flirt with you. I am so sorry. Okay. Electra, it is a truly wonderful blessing. I love it. These friends of yours, these companions, they are like a beautiful accessory for you. Each one a
I
shining.
have an entourage now.
I'm just
are
putting my
amazing.
stuff on the boat. Like
And look
carrying
at
my
this little
skis.
one. She has skis. Oh, it is so
Yes,
cute.
please.
Oh my god. Oh, I just love her.
Oh, and
her
I
hair
realized
and
I've got my
everything.
video camera, so I'm not video camera, film camera. So I'm like, yeah. Well, it's super. No, it's not even Super 8. I guess it's 8 mil. So yeah, I think you're still doing this. So she does a bit of this on the ship when we get on, but we should get all the stuff out of the car. Do you mind if we take the boat on our own? We're going to off to one of the islands. I mean, you could come. I just don't want to drag you all the way out to an island if you don't want to come.
Well, I am here making you money, so I am going to kick off everyone. I will move them to another location that is just as fabulous, though obviously not as fabulous because you will not be present and they will not be able to have you the way I do. But let me go ahead and let them know. And she turns around and she says, "Everyone, get the heck out of the boat, all right? Leave the electric slide right now. We're going elsewhere." And everyone kind of moans as
Has
they
this
leave the
dance been
buffet.
invented yet?
I don't know. Good question. Chat should figure that out. Maybe this
he
is
like-
where it comes from.
As everyone gets off the boat in a peculiarly coordinated manner, a dance is formed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little does
Someone
Electra
slips on
know.
something.
That slide's amazing. We should really put a song to it. I don't know what it'll be though. But yeah, you guys have the yacht now with a buffet of hors d'oeuvres, food, as well as little party hats with Electra's face on it. There's even
Are they like the
Electra-
shiny, sparkly party hats with like the little
Yeah.
like streamers on the end? Yes, I take some of those.
Excellent.
Yeah, Koskov just eats and drinks. Like it's it's free food.
I like grab a plate and my backpack of stuff, my chemistry set, and I go below decks, and I like put I write a note, and it says "Do not disturb," and I just put it on the door, and I slip the map out
Eloise,
underneath.
you're the smart one. Where are we going? Give me a map.
The map like slips out under the door.
Thank you.
Koskov brings the map, and he'll help navigate while Electra drives the boat.
I tinker.
Eloise is doing science so hard right now. So much science.
Yes.
Science.
Yay for science.
Yeah,
Doing
kind of
little
zoom
engineering,
out.
electronics work.
Yeah, so what we'll do for you is in the future, if you have any sort of contraption that you could think would be helpful in a moment, we'll have you roll to see how well you did in making it at this moment. So you'll be able to
Wonderful.
kind of create whatever you want
I
as
already
long
know.
as it's... and yeah, kind of zooming out, like you see these like almost weird, scary lights coming from the window that Eloise is on this yacht. Green and red. It's like, how does that even happen? But hey, it happens. If you guys could see this, you might be sweating. But
Bit of med
Right
science
now-
going on down there.
yeah, Electra is behind the wheel. And it's even looks very much like the wheel of one of your race cars. It looks like this was done with
I
some
feel that's
intent.
probably deliberate. If the boat is named after me, I think it's almost decked
Yeah.
out like it's almost a race car in the to a certain
Yeah.
degree, certain element.
There's
so-
even like the little fragrance that looks like you. What would be
Kind of.
Electra's? Yeah, what would be Electra's trademark fragrance?
Oh gosh.
Gasoline.
I think it. What gasoline?
Gasoline. With a
Gasoline
slight bit of
mixed,
lavender.
mixed with peach. Yeah, lavender. There we go. Like just lavender and
Oh.
gasoline. It's just a beautiful mix.
Yeah. So why don't you give me a vehicle test? This is actually going to be one of the other mechanics of the game. So this is a challenge where everyone does something and kind of in total dictates how well overall you guys do. The more successes equal a greater chance of success in general. So for Electra, I think vehicles is very appropriate. We'll say a -3 pip because I don't think you've ever drove a boat before.
What do we do with the -3 pip again? Does that
Yeah.
just take it off the roll or something?
No,
Can't
so if your ones is anywhere 1, 2, or
Oh.
3, then you automatically fail because it's a -3 pip.
Oh, 39.
Nope, you're good.
Yep,
Is
you
that
are
good?
good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You are safe
Cool.
and sound. For the cat burglar, you're kind of you're helping to navigate. So you can either do a search or alertness. What are you thinking? How are you kind of approaching it?
I mean, I have alertness, I have investigation, I have search. Let's do search. Yeah. It's not that it's
Alright,
the
go
highest
for
one
it.
or anything, but I am searching the map for the correct direction to go.
Yeah, you got your binoculars out and everything. You
Oh,
might even
If
grab
I
the
have my
sailor
binoculars
hat.
out, hang on. Spotting at a distance +2 pips.
There we go.
But I mean, I still succeeded without the pips, but still.
Excellent. All right, so that is 2 successes out of 4. Though Eloise isn't really assisting.
Well,
but-
she's locked herself up in the engine room, and she wants
Yeah.
to make sure she takes a break from her own device. Because we're not here yet; it's obviously taking too long, and she wants to take the governor off the boat because we won't go fast. So
All right, go ahead. Roll. I think
Electronics
engineering would be appropriate.
for engineering, sure.
Yeah, one of those would be perfect.
Okay.
Science.
If it's, let's see, what did I roll? 54. If it's engineering, I will spend a tip to flip them to be a 45, which is a success.
Excellent. All right. It's been a
We go
story point.
faster.
Yeah, so there's one moment as you're kind of messing with the mechanisms of the boat that you're pretty sure you almost exploded it, but it's fine. You did it right. It's okay.
Almost is not is, so you know, we're
Exactly.
fine. Almost doesn't
like
matter.
Electra, you notice on like the very 60s old fashioned boat things on your dial that there's like this exclamation mark and what could be the slight alarm sounds of the boat exploding, but then it dies away, it goes away, it's fine. Everything's okay. And the reporter, what are you up to during this time of gallivanting?
So it looks like they've got like the navigating and the running the ship under control. So I think I'm gonna use my charm and just like be giving the best, most inspirational pep talk to everybody, you know, because they're doing
I
such a
like
good
it.
job, and I'm so proud of them. Right?
All right, why don't you
You'll make a great
give
story.
that? Yeah.
No.
What is this?
I
what does
handed the
this
camera
piece
for a
look
bit to be like, film some stuff. It's amazing.
like? The
I'm
vents
making
are
sure I get
blowing.
everybody's best angles. Like everyone looks super great piloting this boat. Okay. So I'm doing
Can you please
charm.
do a report from the front lines right now?
Absolutely. I turn the camera around so it's basically like I'm videotaping myself. Oh no, I failed by 2.
All right, so what?
Can you use
what
a
do
story point to like do something better?
Yeah,
I can't flip it.
it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So Eureka, what do you say that sounds inspiring but just isn't?
I don't know anything about boats, so I'm just trying really hard. So I'm like, yeah, you're going starward. Turn toward the port side. I don't know.
Boat stuff.
You've really got your
Alright.
sea legs.
Yeah, it's just kind of like Oh man, is that just boat talk? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just everything I've ever like heard on a pirate movie. Just reciting.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho, girl.
Do you throw the odd R in the Yarr.
Yeah. There's even a seagull that's landed on a boat that's shaking its head at Eureka and then
Yeah,
just kind
I
of goes
deserve
on
it.
its way.
I deserve it.
So yeah, this is going to have a consequence in the future, but overall, you guys did great. You guys have made it to this island, and as you see it approaching, you see that it's kind of has a plateau at the top, and you see buildings, ruins of all sorts among the jungle. But what kind of stands out the most is that there is a pier with a lantern at the end of it, and there are two silhouetted individuals standing upon that pier.
Oh,
but this
boy.
looks like the best place to dock. But it's up to you, Electra. Where do you want to park this bad baby?
It looks like we have a greeting party. I'm just gonna, like, she's never probably docked a boat, so she's just gonna try and do what she does with the car and do this kind of sliding thing, but I don't think it's gonna go too well. But she'll try and slide it into the dock and just like park it.
All right, excellent. So why don't you give me a vehicle roll at -5 pips?
-5 pips. Oh boy. See, part of
boy.
me is really tempted to use 2 story points and make this a cool stunt, but it's with a car, so I don't know whether I'm allowed.
You can do
just-
it. That sounds awesome.
With a
You should do it.
I should do it, shouldn't I? Right? So I'm gonna spend 2 story points and be like, get ready. And I don't quite know. Maybe she sees something. It would be so cool to do something like she finds something that like she can kind of ramp off almost, and we just ramp up and then just land on the other side of the pier. Throw a
On
rope.
land
Let's
or
go.
like
Well, I don't really know. I'm trying to think of something really cool to do with a boat, and I haven't got nothing. But like ramp up, but like as she goes, she kind of slides up the ramp almost, and then just lands on the other side of the pier, like boom. And we just splash. I
Excellent.
think we absolutely drowned those 2 people as well. That'd be absolutely great. Like just
Yes.
splash down, and then someone flings a rope towards them. Maybe even I do. I'm like, I leave the wheel as I'm doing it, grab a rope, and just like, go catch us. And just maybe strike both at the same time.
it is
Yeah, that's
perfect.
totally what it happens.
In Eloise, you don't know what the heck is going on, but like all your science is everywhere now.
Science is always
But
everywhere. This is
Electro-
not a
It's
setback.
everywhere, though.
Yeah. Electra
like to
has
make an
done the
entrance.
impossible. And looking out at the pier, the 2 individuals are no longer there. Who's to say where they went? You have a guess because there's water now on the pier, most likely from some sort of big splash, which was made by Electra. But you know what? The lantern's still there, so that's something. So you can still see.
We're here.
We are.
Yes. Perfect landing.
I
Koskov
come up,
releases
I don't know where the
his-
2 people went.
Smoke billowing behind me. What's happened? Haven't there yet?
Yes. Okay.
Koskov finally releases his white knuckle grip on like the handrails in the kind of the piloting station, and he
Yeah.
disembarks, a little shakily kneed.
Yeah, you kind of notice that the same like picturesque pose that Electra is doing is exactly the same one of this little doll that's kind of bouncing around on the front of the console that's kind of looking at you in the same way.
And Koskov punches the doll. It's just like,
It just kind of goes like. But yeah, you guys have made it to the island, and
Grab
also
that
dealt
hook.
with the 2 ruffians, or I don't know who it could have been on that pier, but they don't matter anymore. They're not here anymore.
All right. Let's go. Is there any other lights on the island?
No, at least from where you are, you don't see any other lights beside the one at the pier, the little lantern.
Hmm. What about tracks, like on the beach?
Let's see. Why don't you give me an investigation or search? We could do search, actually, would be more appropriate.
Okay. Yep. What's a success?
Excellent. Yeah. So looking at it, you do notice that there have been several marks on the sand. You definitely can tell about maybe 5 or 6 individuals have moved on up to the island, where you kind of see several jeeps parked, and then a road that goes further into the island, kind of heading up the plateau.
I found tracks.
At least they were nice enough to leave us transportation. Koskov's gonna head over to those jeeps.
All right. They're kind of like military standard vehicles, very plain green. Yeah. They do have the customary Electra air freshener in them, though. It looks like they at least spared some expense for that.
Are there keys here, or
There are no keys in these vehicles, unfortunately.
Please, just one moment. And Koskov reaches into his bag and he pulls out like a little like kit that's all rolled up, like maybe like an artist brush kit, and he puts it
Yeah.
on the hood and snaps it, and it unrolls like down the length of the hood. And there are just tools of every kind you have ever seen. Small,
Take notes.
narrow, like tiny, and he pulls out like he goes down and finds these, and he goes and begins trying to pick the lock and crank the car.
All right, go ahead and give me a security test.
I study. He seems to be pretty good at security. I'm not bad, but he seems good.
Oh, 85. I am going to. This is like an infinite story point when checking prestidigitation or engineering to pick a lock.
This would work. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to
We'll
use
pay
a
for
story
security
point.
on this. Excellent.
Okay,
All
well,
right,
I'll flip
cool.
that. So I
Looking
passed.
at 58, which is a success. The car revs up after a few moments, and yeah,
And he hops into
who's
the
gonna
passenger
drive?
seat. He rolls his tools up and hops in the passenger seat.
Electra, I think this is your moment. Again.
I sit with my seat
Okay.
in the back seat.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, going further up into the island, kind of following the road, you kind of dive into this place a little bit further as you go by these ruins of these older buildings. There's tents as well as remnants of campfires. And then finally, especially since Eloise was looking for it, you notice the flickering of campfire up at the plateau, encircled by several green tents.
We're heading up there then, I guess.
All right, are you just gonna go on in? You do notice that there is at least one figure with what looks like a gun in his hand, kind of looking around, and there are some other figures milling about.
Koskov would like to use his binoculars to try to do a search check to see, like, just what I mean, he's checking the perimeter.
Yeah.
As
I'm
they
gonna
are
slow
barreling
down and
towards
turn
the-
off the headlights.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and do a search test. We'll say at a -3 pip because it is dark.
So my binoculars give me +2 pip.
So it just kind of combines together for a what did I
-1?
say? Yep,
You
minus
said
one.
-3.
Great.
Oh my! Oh my!
There's no way to spin that.
I guess I turned the lights off. Sorry.
So we are always failing forward. You are looking through the binoculars and you see about 4 guards from what you can tell. And one of them kind of looks around, and then you guys make eye contact. The
very
bristling
slow.
of his mustache, and then you drop said binoculars onto the car, which makes this ringing metallic sound that seems to echo far longer than it should. And then there's silence. And then you hear, "Hey, I think I heard something. Go check that out." "No, I don't want to. Let's draw straws." Okay, your turn to go. Go ahead.
I reach into my
Yeah, by yourself.
backpack, put on a device, and I step out of the car in my skis and I head towards the camp.
I want to see where this is going. This is going to be awesome. You see this 16-year-old young woman with skis and a device and just heading right
Yeah,
towards the camp.
The backpack's still on, so it's like she's wearing like a full backpack face down. And she's like walking it.
Okay, much as I love the car, maybe now is the time to leave it. And I get out.
Yes.
But I'm gonna grab my camera.
Yeah.
What?
Are you going to start filming whatever is about to transpire?
I think so. Yeah, because it does give me, it says documentation and event analysis plus 2 pips, so I feel like it's probably useful. Because also we're thinking these guys are part of this octopus, I assume.
Exactly.
At least that's what Electra's thinking. So she's like, oh, I can have an exclusive, so.
You could be a reporter.
Kind of
Yeah.
look at the reporter is like,
It's all publicity for me, so.
Eloise, as you approach in your on your skis,
Yes.
a flashlight kind of meanders about the trail and then places upon you.
I'm making trying to get like as quickly to the camp as possible, making as much noise as possible. I want to attract as many people as I can.
Awesome. All right. So as you're just kind of continuing to walk forward, you hear whoever is behind this light says, "Hey, Dave. There's this girl. I don't know. You guys need to come out here. I think it's a circus clown or something." And then you see like several flashlights start to like come out of the wood. And you see what looks like 5 flashlights looking at you as they're like,
Do I see any octopus pins or signs
why
that,
don't
or
you-
those 2 guys in those 2 guys from earlier? Although I think
you
they
definitely, yeah, you definitely don't see the 2. They are having a difficult day. They don't know how to swim, so it's just it's a whole thing. You do see Dave,
yes,
kind
who's
of
very
in a
suspicious in my notes.
Yeah, and they're all wearing similar outfits, kind of like a flannel purple.
Davis
It's
was
kind of like
working at the hotel all night. This is
Yeah.
shady.
But you can do a investigation check, but it will be at a -5 pip, just because of all
Sure.
the lights.
Yeah, that's did it show up?
I
No?
don't see it.
Okay, I must have rolled off the board enough. Okay. Try that
That's
again.
cool.
89.
All right. So cool.
I have a 75 investigation, so that's not a
Yeah.
success.
So looking out at these people, you notice at each one has like these burly tattoos of octopus, and I think even one of them has an luminescent eye with an octopus symbol within
Yep.
it.
Yep, these are bad guys.
Yep.
All
the
right.
way.
So, what I do then is I whip off the backpack off of this device I've created, and I activate it, and I shoot up about 4 feet off my skis as like springs come forward, and it's a hat made from the party hats. So one party hat, and then 2 smaller party hats on each section of the alarm clock. And so it's just, but the party hats are flailing about, so it's all shiny, and like flashlights are going off, and maybe even like one of those emergency flares from the boat, like, so it's just like smoking, and I'm just cackling maniacally.
And you're continuing to hop up and down, or
Yeah, it's just like bouncing on the skis as I
All
activate
right.
Mwahaha, which is
And-
once per session, if I have a dangerous-looking device with impressive special effects, I can activate it or wave it around while laughing maniacally, which will scare away 1d6 mooks.
oh my gosh, yes! Roll that d6. This is gonna be awesome.
5. It's gonna be a lot less awesome if I rolled a 1.
Yeah, they scatter. You see like flashlights like shooting up into the air as people are flailing, and someone's like, "We don't get paid enough for this," and it's like, "This is why we should unionize." Oh my gosh, what is it? And someone says, "I think it's a teenager. Run!" And like flashlights go scattering about. You hear tumbling down the plateau as everyone just flees, leaving you maniacally laughing in front of your companions by yourself.
As I run, it probably like the flare starts to fizzle out, so the smoking effect
Yeah.
dies down. I just, put the skis back, kind of lift them up. All right, Sven. The camp should be emptier.
Ah.
Now that is something I should do as a publicity stunt. That gets noticed. I start walking up.
All right. So as you guys approach the tents, you notice there's a campfire and a nice little buffet of hors d'oeuvres kind of on the table. You notice that there's a tree, and tied up to that tree is not only Elena and two other young individuals, but an older man that you can probably surmise is the professor. You are currently also looking at one of the guards wearing the dark flannel uniform as normal. He is bent over the buffet and is currently putting several items onto his plate. But he has not noticed nor kind of recognized what is happening around him.
Yeah, I'm just a kid, so I'm gonna hang back at this point now. I've done my share.
I've done my evil
You know what?
for
I
today.
sold 2 story points. I'm just gonna spend one of them to avoid adult notice again and kind of go over by the trees.
All right, perfect. Yeah, he kind of looks over and
I think it's the 60s, so just light up like a cigarette and just let's walk over like some
he's like,
delinquent
"Yeah, it's
teen.
bring your daughter to work day." It's totally cool. All right, I've seen it. I saw that memo.
Koskov, since there's only one person left here, Koskov is going to walk forward, and he's going to rely. He's going to break out of his disguise, so he's known and seen, and he's going to announce, "Listen, you picked a bad day to come back for seconds."
And he kind of turns around with like what looks like hot dogs in his mouth. Whoa!
Yeah, and I'm going to use my bad reputation to gain.
Enough.
It says I can gain 3 story points if I take a -2 pips on charm, contacts, or status. So, yeah, he's going to try to leverage his reputation since there's only one guard here. Be like, "Listen, do not make me steal everything from you. Just tell me where the goods are."
All right, go ahead and roll that charm.
So this is going to be at a -2.
-2 pips. Woo! Perfect. And you got those 3 story points. So he looks at you and kind of carefully swallows the hot dogs he has, and you can kind of see it go down, and he coughs and drinks. Just this way then? All right. And he kind of like
Very well.
sidesteps off the plateau, rolling down as he goes.
And Koskov, before going over there, is gonna go to the people who are tied up.
Yeah, I'm already there, starting to work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll pop out a switchblade and start cutting ropes.
Excellent. And the professor is like, oh, thank God. And Elena is like, hey, you guys finally made it. Took you all a while, but yeah.
We will need to discuss a discount on any price for objects bought.
Yeah, sure. Just get us out of here and, I don't know, take us to the police. That sounds good.
Do you have any incriminating evidence against Octopus?
No. I have
Just
my
go rifle
hands
through the
tied
tanks
up.
real fast.
Yeah. you go through it, and as you do,
Flinging out anything from the tents that's not important.
yeah, like you guys see a grenade like get thrown out of the tent, and it's just like a box of them as they just go flying out of it. But it's okay, it's fine. She's doing science.
Koskov collects
But-
the grenade.
You're like, yeah. But Eloise, as you look through one of the tents, you notice a blueprint-like map rolled up, kind of hidden. You pop it open, and before you stretches several tentacles, almost like a design. There's like electronic notes as well as wires and such like that. This is some sort of nefarious vehicle. It is large and it is dangerous, if it is indeed a true thing. It looks more like science fiction, but surely you've seen the science. You've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure that if you had a weekend, you could probably make a giant death octopus robot.
Yeah, probably. I'll have to study this more later, and I roll it up and I stick it in my now empty backpack because the device is still in my head.
Excellent.
A roboctopus.
Roboctopus.
Sorry.
No, I think that's a good name for it. All right, so where are you guys headed now with your 5
Back to the boat.
rescuees?
Get them to the
Yeah.
police.
Excellent.
Uh,
So you guys
we'll
head on
have a
down.
party.
Go ahead, Electra.
Oh, and I'll ask.
no, it's okay. I was just thinking, Electra's just thinking, there's all those nibbles on the boat. Now we've done the thing. She's like, haven't eaten in a while. Gonna have some nibbles, maybe invite some friends and like show off our newfound kidnapped people that we got back and make it a publicity stunt. That's
you're
her
like,
head
did
anyway.
this. It's off on the side. It's fine.
I ask each one of the prisoners we rescued if they encountered a Mrs. Gray.
The professor nods and says, yes, I do recall at the earlier days we were a woman with this fabulous blonde hair, almost white, with blue eyes. She came here and she spoke with the leader of sorts, I forget his name, but he was a quite dashing chap. But he seemed to rule over this place, but I don't know, there was something about her as if she had her tentacles upon him. He kind of looks off into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
That's either here nor now or there. I'd like to get home. I haven't smoked a pipe in days, and I miss my books and my favorite pens. I do miss those, and I'd really like to get back and write with them.
Here is your alarm clock with some new additions.
Is it like a hat now, or?
Yes, but you could put it on the table. It will really wake you up. It's a super effective alarm clock now.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Can we go now?
Yeah.
I've been wearing these clothes for like a week.
Garaus. Let's go.
There's a whole wardrobe of stuff on the boat. Let's go.
Excellent. So you guys head back down, and as you are moving forward, Eureka, why don't you give me a search test?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie, but that does beat it.
Oh, so that's good karma. So your
Okay,
next
for
roll
what?
will, yeah. So you get a story point, and your next roll will be at a +2 pip.
Okay.
So remember that. But what you see, kind of on the pier, are two silhouettes. Very large individuals.
Large silhouette. They don't look like the silhouettes of the guys from earlier.
You're you know it's them. You kind of
I know
have
it's
that
them.
inkling. Yeah.
Can I tell if they've definitely spotted us? Or are they watching us?
They seem to be waiting and playing what looks like a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. And we're going towards them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the boat's right near there next to the pier. You see the electric slide in the pinup of Electra, kind of sparkling via moonlight off the ocean water.
Okay.
It's a good look for
I would try to get everyone's attention, but like quietly, and say, "Hey, those guys that held the paper next to my head and questioned us at the airport earlier. They're playing rock, paper, scissors."
Okay.
But don't worry, they have a
We must
fake gun.
deal
It's
with
not
them.
even real.
They are becoming nuisance. But let's see if we can just deal with them once and for all. Hey! Koskov kind of yells out.
Hello?
What are you
Who
doing?
is it? We're waiting for who is it again? Victor? We're waiting for the people who brought this ship, this boat. This fabulous looking woman here. Is that Electra? I think it is. It's kind of different, but
Yeah,
we're waiting for them.
I am head of security, so is why I'm asking, who are you?
Victor? I'm Victor too. Like
Like
TOO.
Victor also, or Victor the number 2? I need to know that.
Like TOO, right?
Oh,
I think
Victor
that's
also.
right.
I got it. Okay.
Yes,
Why
as
would
well.
parents do in that?
I don't know.
Is that like your middle
Okay,
name?
Mr. Security. Oh, our middle names? Francis.
Victor Francis. Victor also Francis. Or is it Francis
Victor.
also?
It's Victor Francis Victor.
Oh my god. I don't want to write a story on you guys.
What?
Not even worth it.
You hear like some sobbing from one of them. She doesn't mean it. We're noteworthy. You just wait. Dear brother. And one of them approaches what's it? Kuskov. Oh god, I'm always gonna get your name wrong.
It was okay. So, what can I help you with? Why are you waiting on us?
And this person approaching you just kind of with one grip just rips his suit off and throws it to the ground, showing you this body, this almost Adonis-like perfection with a slight bit of chest hair. It does look oiled up, which is kind of peculiar, almost as if he was expecting this confrontation. But nonetheless, there are some scars appropriately placed to make him seem like he fights a lot. And he currently puts out his hands like this and says, "Put up your jukes, man. We're gonna do this, you and I."
Kosov stares at him for like 5 seconds straight, and then he just punches him in the face.
All right, roll melee.
No words. Been rolling too well. This is where it falls apart.
I almost thought you were gonna pull an Indiana Jones and just shoot him. Like,
I don't have a
Throw the
gun.
grenade.
Oh
Yeah.
crap! I didn't bring grenade. Fuck. It's okay.
You can change if you want.
You have a bunch of story points, remember, that you picked up recently. Can you use
Yeah.
any?
chuck the grenade to it.
That
Plan
is
B.
true.
Plan B, Pruitt.
Plan B always works.
Does. Plan B's never gone wrong for us.
It's
So
always
yeah,
fine.
hang on. Before
Plan
we
B is for
fight, do
Plan
you mind
Boom.
holding something for me? And he just like pulls the pin as he pitches him a grenade at the end of the field.
Awesome. So you pulled the pin. Like, this is just gonna explode.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Your catch. Yeah.
So he looks at it.
Plan
And
B.
you
Catch.
you hear a scream that like hurts your ears as it's just such a high pitch to it. As he kind of looks at it and starts running off into the woods. And his
Still holding it?
brother, yes, his brother kind of tries to tackle him as he's yelling, "Let go of it, Victor!" It's very weird. And then, like, about a couple of seconds later, you see an explosion. And the two you see sail through the air and plop into the water.
Like Team Rocket style.
Exactly. And you even hear them say, "Barrett, man!" as they fly through
Oh.
the air. That one guy holding the piece of paper as he does. But it looks like you guys are safe for the meantime.
Not a first
Can he be
pitch
flying
of
through the
grenade.
air, holding the piece of paper, and drawing on it at the same time?
Yeah.
A grenade in the hand or something.
Yeah, he's like, gotta add a grenade.
What?
Whee!
That's amazing. I love it. Oh my god.
I just tie a rope to the
Okay.
back of the yacht, and I'm ready to water ski behind.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, we're doing this.
I brought skis, and I was gonna use them. Dang it!
Hell yeah.
All right, so for any kind of like final moments, you always have to have that epic entrance, that epic scene. So each
I
one
have
of you guys are
beachwear.
gonna
I'm just gonna strip into it. Just because we're at the end and she has beachwear, damn it.
gotta
She's
use.
gonna make an entrance going back into port. Yeah.
So why don't you roll a vehicle with the bonus of your beachwear, because beachwear does help with driving.
2 bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, it's too, impression on the Riviera, but maybe we're going into the Riviera at the end. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
totally like you
course,
probably have this
sure.
epic finale where you pull in the boat to the
Oh.
police station.
Although I rolled a 78, so wait, what's my driving? What do we? What is driving? Where is it? Engineering?
Vehicular.
No,
Or
vehicles.
vehicles, there
75.
you go.
Oh, my vehicles are 75. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do about that. Nothing.
You
How many
can
pips do you have?
spend.
Yeah, do you have
you
2
can-
pips?
Can I-
roll?
Yeah, you
I
can
have-
spend 2 hero story points to re-roll those.
I only have
Mhm.
one left
fine.
because I used the
Ah.
2. We only had 5 in total, right? And I don't think I gained.
Yeah,
I mean, I
5.
don't know whether I gained some possibly for some karma, but I didn't understand the rules, so I don't know if I've got any. But I've definitely got one
It's
written
fine.
down.
We are going to use this. This is going to be fantastic. So moving on to Eloise. You.
Yes.
Are you implementing science in any way in your skiing?
Well, obviously, these are snow skis, so they're not particularly meant for the water. So there's a lot of trajectory and adjusting that must be done. While doing so, it's a science.
Excellent.
It's an exact
Yeah,
science.
so why don't you roll science for that at a -2 pip?
Sure.
But you get your skis into it as well. I believe that has a pip value.
That is 2 pip.
Oh, excellent. So it cancels each other out.
Ugh! 96. Nope.
All right.
We end so badly. We're gonna just crash into the pier, aren't we?
Just gonna crash. And you know what? Why it happens is because when we get to close to the police station, I pull out my walkie-talkie and I'm trying to like give them a clue. I'm like, Mrs. Gray, she's in the rooftop suite, not Electra. And then it just goes awfully because I'm trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah, it's all crazy. Eureka, what are kind of your final moments?
Well, since Electra's driving the boat and I'm not gonna try to give a pep talk again this time because I don't know anything about boats, as it turns out. I do want to take some photos of the water skiing attempt and maybe try to get a story about extreme sports and teenagers.
Excellent. All right. Why don't you that would probably be let's do search, or actually let's do alertness as you're trying to catch the perfect picture, which encapsulates what Eloise is as she kind of goes over the water with this.
The dangers that
magnificent
science can have on our youth.
Yeah, the dangers of science.
It's a real tragedy. I passed a lot.
Excellent. All right, we'll come all back to all this and weave it together. Pruitt, what's kind of what's your lasting moment here?
My lasting moment, these two silhouetted individuals, he's not convinced that they're completely gone. So once we arrive back, get back to the hotel, he finds their car that he assumes is still there. He still has some grenades, and he has his mechanical acumen, so he's going to rig their car with some explosives just to make sure that they're taken care of when they come back for it.
Excellent. All right, so how it kind of all ends in spectacular fashion is, of course, Electra trying to do the most showy thing, tries to pull up right alongside the police station with these rescued kidnappers. Unfortunately, there was someone on the pier who was in the way. He's trying to get his boat filled with cabbages kind of ready and off for market, and you smash right into it as you go skyrocketing into the air. Eloise is flying through the air too. Yeah, his cabbages. As Eloise is trying to talk through the radio while also cabbages in her face, and the boat just kind of slams right into the police station. As you know,
Like a glove.
Yeah, there's a police officer kind of inside, like, you still have to take a ticket, ma'am.
I'll sign it. No problem.
It's like, what? And we kind of go into kind of like the ending scenes as a newspaper flashes in front of the screen showing the dangers of the youth in science, which has this perfect picture of Eloise flying through the air, cabbage in one hand, radio in another, these weird ski contraption underneath her, in a wonderful article that no doubt will win several awards, and you'll be requested to attend several functions about the dangers of youth in science. As typical. And then kind of the final scene is the two victors as they finally swim onto shore. This is, of course, several days from now as you guys continue your investigation and gallivanting adventures through Greece. And Victor's like, "Oh, hey, there's our car. Cool. Glad we got it back, brother. I mean, picture of Maz in there too. Yeah, this is a tough day. Yeah, but you know what? You're worth it, Victor. You're worth it. Thanks, brother." And as they go towards the car, they unlock it, and there's a giant boom, which sends them flying back into the ocean, flipping through the air as they do, blinking out into the sunlight. And you can barely see the wisp of paper as one of them holds on to it. Much has been added to this image of our dear Kafka. He has long hair, he has a hat on, there's even a mustache as well as like this pile of grenades. But the biggest addition has been a boat with the pinup Electra right behind him, and a captain hat on top of his regular hat as well. And with that was the Troubleshooters.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Absolutely
fun.
fantastic. Wonderful. Let's first of all, there is one last giveaway going on in chat right now. So exclamation loot to enter, because this was a lot of fun. And while that's going on, let's go around, let's say who we are, where we can find you guys, and just, favorite part, because I think that's a fun addition. And Charlie let me do the talking. So let's start with Lydia. Lydia, how was that for you?
This was so much fun. I loved being probably the world's worst journalist. I'm going to cross this off of my career goals of anything I would ever consider doing, because I am probably just would be garbage. This was fun. Thank you so much for running it and for having me. I'm Lydia. You can find me here tomorrow for the finale of the Seawall Orphanage game. It's going to be spooky. It's also going to be a pajama party. You can find me on Twitter at Lydia Heels.
And what was your favorite part of tonight, Lydia?
Oh boy. Other than just being a trash journalist.
Other than just being a trash journalist.
I really loved your like maniacal laughing science experiment that just like caused everybody to run away.
Super fun times, just like you.
Great.
Someone who also had super fun times, I hope, would be our fantastic race car driver of this evening. How are you doing?
Oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun, guys. Loved it. I was imagining, I think my favorite part, I'm going to just do that first, because I think my favorite part was, there were so many good parts, but the one that's sort of sticking in my head is when the two victors crashed into the bakery, because I think it gave me Back to the Future vibes of when all the guys crashed into the manure truck, and it was that kind of thing. These poor guys, these poor henchmen who don't get a break. I just love that, and the fact that they get blown up about 3 times, but they're never dead. They're always just like, why I order? Which is just, I love that about this system. It's great. That's such a great thing. I'm Actors at Work. I'm also Kate Madison here on Twitch, if you want to find me here on Twitch. I'm streaming daily at the moment from 2 p.m. UK time. So it's an early morning for anyone in the States, but it's usually chilled out stuff. We chat, we play Subnautica and various other things. It's good fun. And I'm also here on Mondays at the moment playing The Wall, the Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones RPG, and it's really fun, and I play a wildling, and I look very different to what I do now.
Yes, you do.
But it's, yeah. So, do check it out, because it's really great. We've only got like 4 sessions left. It's so crazy. But I'm loving that. I'm loving my new little family I found here on Encounter. So thank you, guys. was great.
Thank you for playing. It was so much fun.
was fun.
Someone who I always thank for playing with me, because we get into a lot of trouble, is Pruitt. Pruitt, how are you?
I am great. I had an absolute blast tonight. Well, at least like 3 of them. Wait. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 3
At least
blasts
3.
tonight.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Koskov was somewhere in a bar having a drink when he hears like a boom, and he's like, finally. And and yeah, no, it was this was a
And
very
your date.
interesting. Huh?
Your date too.
He's gonna stand her up. He's he's a thief, so it's okay if he
He
stole
just steals
her heart.
hearts.
It's just
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
job. There you go. I am Jay Pruink on Twitter and Instagram and other places. I'm one half of WebDM. You can check out our videos on YouTube on Wednesdays, which is, our video came out today because it was a little late. Go check it out on the Feywild. See if you can learn a little something there about that little realm. You can check out the WebDM Twitch next Tuesday, where I will be GMing the season finale of my Symbaroum game, Eyes in the Dark. We're having a lot of fun over there. It's a great crew. But thanks for having me here, and thanks for GMing for us. Did a great job.
Oh, I loved it. You guys were amazing.
And what was your favorite part, Pruitt?
I mean, any resurrection of Plan B will always have a special place in my heart.
Same.
And yes, KP Lantern Koskov would be around. He'd be around 6. No, he'd be close to 80. That's 70.
70.
But he
Luke's real
doesn't
good.
age.
Good for being.
Here's the thing: if you remember, he had a wild magic surge where he cannot die of old age.
Yep.
So, he still looks like he's in his 40s.
It's great. It's fantastic. Fantastic cat herder we had tonight, otherwise known as our game master. How are you? Where can we find you? What was your favorite part?
Yeah, you can find me on most social medias at Penny for a Tale. Though everything except for Twitter, it is FOR instead of the number 4. Curse the one who took it. But yeah, feel free to and please do check out the Kickstarter, the Troubleshooters, which obviously there are links and stuff like that. Support it, and it's going to be an amazing stuff. And you guys were amazing. I think my favorite part out of everything was definitely the mad science moment, and just like scaring everyone away as people are like, "Oh no, the teenager." It was a fantastic moment, and I loved every pin-up extra moment of Electra as well. It was amazing. Yeah,
Absolutely
amazing time.
fantastic. Wonderful. I'll wrap us up here. I'm Lindy. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy. Favorite moment was I loved Electra's like, hello, I'm here. It was just every time we went somewhere new, it was, I stole a car. Like it just tickled me, it cracked me up. And her influencer and stuff. Yeah, it was great. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. You can find me here on Tuesday afternoons for Tentacle Tuesdays, Call of Cthulhu, where I just play a sweet little baker lady who would have been terribly upset at that the bakery was crashed into tonight. You can find me on my own channel Monday, Tuesday nights, and tomorrow you can find me on Wandering DM's channel for a new pirate game. I think we're on episode 3, so we're still pretty in the beginning, so you can come on in. You don't need to worry about knowing anything because we're finally beginning to learn stuff ourselves. And that's going to be so much fun. And just check out all the fun shows on Encounter Roleplay. Definitely check out the finale tomorrow of the super spooky game that Lydia's in, because that's Haunting of Seawall Orphanage and Charlie's in it. It's just really good. And Don DM, it's amazing. And thank you again so much, Helmsgast, for sponsoring this and letting us have such a super fun time with this system and getting to try it out. I had an absolute blast, and I look forward to playing more. Yes, 3 p.m. charity stream on Sunday. I'm in the know. Check that out as well. 3 p.m. Eastern, I assume. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be here laughing when you do. So have a great night, everybody.
Bye.